May I have your attention, please? At this time, we'd like to honor our senior Lady Devil basketball players. First up, Miss Grace Cabe. Grace is escorted tonight by her mother and father, Travis Cabe, Jacob Cabe, Alan Ukama, Eleanor Nations, and Connie Cabe. In her freshman year, she was a part of the homecoming court. In athletics at Swain High School, she has participated in volleyball, basketball, softball, all 4 years, and track for 3 years. Her honors include being a 2-time All-Smoky Mountain Conference selection in volleyball and an All-Smoky Mountain Conference selection in softball. Her fondest memory is beating Franklin in basketball and spending time with the team. She would like to take this opportunity to thank God for the ability to play and her family for helping her and her coaches and team for pushing her. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Grace Cabe. Turn this on. Yeah. Next up, Miss Lindsay Hicks. Lindsay is escorted tonight by her parents, Marcia and Michelle Hicks, Amaya Hicks, and Maria. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I can't read Lindsay's writing. She resides in the Painttown community. At Swain High School, she's been a part of the Junaluska Leadership Club. And in athletics, she has participated in basketball all 4 years, cross country all 4 years, and track all 4 years. Her honors include being named All-Conference in basketball and voted MVP, and she is a 5-time state champion in track. Her fondest athletic memory is when we beat Franklin this year and Coach Turner cried in the locker room. She would like to take this opportunity to thank God for the ability to play the game that she loves, her parents and grandparents for the endless support over the years, Coach Turner for believing in her, her team for being there for her, and Coach Mack for always keeping it real. By the way, I'm his favorite, she says. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lindsay Hicks. Next, Miss Alyssa Smith. Alyssa is escorted tonight by her parents, Kelly and Philip Smith, her siblings, Trevor, Dylan, Savannah, Kirsten, and her grandparents, Rick and Linda Downs and Janet Smith. They reside in the Alarka community. In her time at Swain High School, she has been a part of the Lighthouse team and Skills USA. In athletics, she has participated in basketball for all 4 years, volleyball for all 4 years, and softball for all 4 years. Her fondest athletic memory is any time the team was together playing the game that we all love. She'd like to take this opportunity to thank God for the ability to play, her family for helping her, and her coaches and team members for pushing her, and Coach Scotty Mack. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Alyssa Smith. And lastly tonight, Miss Charlotte Queen Jackson. Charlotte is escorted tonight by her mom, Lulu Jackson, her dad, Abraham Queen, her brother, Abraham Jackson, and nephew, Bryn Jackson. They reside in the Painttown community. Her activities and honors and clubs at Swain High include being a member of the Junaluska Advocacy Club for 4 years, being a part of the prom committee, and a member of the Grill and Chill Club. Her honors include the Silent Hero Award in 2017 and being a part of the Junaluska Leadership Council for 3 years. In athletics, she participated in basketball all 4 years and soccer for 3 years. Her fondest athletic memory is beating Franklin in basketball and realizing we were playing a cannibal that bit Sis's nose. She would like to take this opportunity to thank God for the ability to play the game that she loves with a team that soon became family. Her parents and family for their support, Coach Turner and Coach B for believing in her, Brenda and Ms. Mack for their support, and old Scotty Mack for being there since 6th grade. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Charlotte Queen Jackson. And now it is with great pride that I now present your graduating senior Lady Devil basketball players. And folks at home, as they finish that up, they will have warm-ups left. Jeff and Joe and I will be back with you in just a few moments to bring you this game, which should be a dandy here from Swain High School tonight as the Hayesville Yellow Jackets are in town. So we'll have basketball action followed by senior Maroon Devils being honored prior to their game. And then the Maroon Devils and Yellow Jackets will play the nightcap. So stay with us. We'll be back in just a few. Devils. At this time, we'd like to pay tribute to this great nation of ours with the singing of our national anthem. We ask all in attendance to please rise, remove all headwear, and that all talking and other distractions cease. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by Miss Hannah Lowe. Our starting lineups for tonight's women's contest. First, for our visitors from Hayesville. Number 3, Savannah Annis. Number 4, Jade Patterson. Number 24, Haley Rickett. Number 31, Maddie Chrysler. And number 32, Michaela Anderson. And now for your Lady Devils. At one guard, number 10, Ashton Yance. At center, a senior, number 50, Charlotte Jackson. At the other guard, number 14, a senior, Alyssa Smith. At forward, a senior, number 24, Grace Cave. At the other guard, a senior, number 12, Lindsay Hicks. So, thanks for joining us tonight. Jeff and Toby, along with Joe, here with you tonight for Lady Devil basketball action. And, Jeff, it's great to see Lindsay Hicks and Alyssa Smith back in the line.
Oh, my gosh, those two have been sorely missed. You've got Alyssa with a broke nose and the surgery, and Lindsay's had all kinds of leg trouble. I know the fans are happy to have those two girls back tonight in a lot of different ways.
And we did not carry the Cherokee contest because our partner over here, Joe, had the flu. But when you missed that one, Lindsay and Alyssa, neither one played in that contest, and it did, as you might have expected, it did not turn out good. Smith already to the floor.
Poor
so
Alyssa.
She's getting a test of the face mask. As you can see, she's got the face mask on tonight. And Lindsay brings it up with a noticeable limp, but she's in the lineup on senior night. with their other seniors. Hayesville in much the same boat as us, Jeff, in that they have 8 players dressed for tonight's game. Hicks with a 3 on the way.
There's Lindsay. What a way to start.
3. That a girl starts it off with a big 3. But these two teams are pretty much right beside each other in the standings, too. Both of them look good right now for the playoffs and those early projections that you and I will talk about a little bit more later on. But Swain really could use to win 3 out of these last 4, if at all possible, as they play tonight. And then tomorrow they'll play here again against Rosman, and then Monday go to Blue Ridge and Tuesday to Murphy. So a tough road for this Swain High bunch, but for both the boys and girls teams, needed wins in a big way.
Well, fortunately, they've both put themselves in a spot to where it's very doable. I mean, they're right there. Couple wins, 3, you said, probably gets in. That's better than looking way down at the bottom trying to look up. So a lot to play for in the next 4 games.
That shot by Grace Cade misses, and out of there with it comes Haley Rickett. Also, another item of interest, Jeff, for the fans at home to know is this Hayesville school in general has been racked by the flu all week. And
sure have.
In talking with Coach Michael Cottrell before the ball game, he's down to actually 7 players tonight.
Wow.
Because of the flu. So it's an issue for Hayesville. It's an issue all over Western North Carolina right now, and it's really taking its toll. Hopefully some of these snow days we get will calm a little bit of that down.
Yeah, I hope so. I think I actually saw somewhere that they actually shut a few days' worth of practices down as well. Yeah. So I'm not sure how much gym time these guys have actually got to have.
But it is our understanding that Hayesville will dress Josh Cottrell, and that's 50 or 60.
That was the first question I asked.
Anytime he takes the court, and you stay tuned, folks, you'll get to see one of the best players in Western North Carolina take the court in.
He can shoot it.
And Josh instead, he really lit us up over there on his home court the first time around. So it'll be a dandy. Smith shows no fear going hard to the basket and a charge, but that's good to see that Alyssa's going to be aggressive right from the get-go, that the face and the nose is not an issue right now.
To be honest, I never really expected anything less.
I didn't either. So the Jackets in against the Lady Devils man-to-man. Over on the wing with it is Savannah Annis. She drives hard to the hole, puts the shot up and in, and the Jackets are really doing a great job on their end, controlling the offensive glass in there. And that's a bugaboo for the Lady Devils here in the early going. It's 3-0, 6 minutes left in this. Annis with a shot. It's off. Yance with the rebound. She steams out of there with it. Now pulls it up and finds Hicks. So Hicks surveys the scene. Hayesville in a man-to-man now. Lindsay crosses over but fumbles it away. Yance with a 3.
Knocks it down.
So 6-0 Lady Devils here early on. Cade picks up full court against Patterson as she brings it up now against token pressure.
That shot there, Coach, by Ashton goes all the way back to the Cherokee game. She's starting to get a little confidence out there beyond that three-point line. Good to see from Ashton.
Ashton's had a great year scoring the basketball, something I'm sure that they knew she was capable of doing, but I know Coach Turner and Coach Blankenship are pleased with what she's done with that. And quickly off the bench is Kenley McClure, a freshman for these Jackets. And now the Lady Devils will bring it up. We're at the 5:30 mark. It's still man-to-man defense. Smith looks inside, kicks it back over to Yance. Yance with the left hand goes hard to the basket. Running one-hander, Jackson with the rebound, but it's partially blocked, but fortunately hits out of bounds off Hayesville. It will be Swain basketball. So Smith to inbound it from underneath their own goal. Yance up top.
Spots up again.
Shot rattles around and out. Hayesville with the rebound, and that's to Annis, who will bring it up. Annis is a junior for these Jackets, coached by Chad McClure, and that is up and in.
Michaela Anderson.
For Anderson. And Chad telling me before the game that his dad, Hall of Famer Daryl McClure, is actually helping him some this year.
Oh, wow.
But is sick tonight, so he didn't make the trip over with the team, so that's unfortunate. I always enjoy getting to visit with Daryl. He's one of the pure dandies in the coaching industry.
He was down in Georgia, wasn't he? Last few years near Towns County, somewhere down in there.
He retired here and then went down there and coached. There's a long 3 on the way by Annis, right into the waiting arms of Yance. Yance will push the tempo just a little bit, but Swain's tempo will be a little slower tonight with Hicks hobbled a little bit. And Smith fumbles it away up top, back over to Yance. She puts it on the floor, back out to Cabe, and it is out of bounds. And into the ballgame will be Taylor Collins and Bree Ross. They will get Hicks and Jackson.
I think I agree with Coach Turner there. He's begging there, Mr. Taylor, for a little help on that out-of-bounds call. It looked like it went specifically off a Lady Jacket, but nonetheless, Hayesville retained the basketball.
So the Jackets into the front court, and Coach Turner's substitution patterns once again will have to be a little different again tonight. As instead of Smith getting that early rest, it's going to be Hicks. Ross with a blocked shot.
It's going to be Swain basketball.
Forced a turnover, and good job by the freshman, Bree Ross. She's had a solid freshman campaign as well.
Yes, she has. She had a really good night, a hard night up here the other night with all the ball handling duties against Cherokee. Stepped up, made a couple big shots, and she'll always play good aggressive defense.
Smith with a skip
the
to the
scooper.
lane, and she gets that to go. So Alyssa on the board for the Lady Devils here early on. 8-2 still your score. 3:42 remaining in this one. The Jackets now work the ball. Up top to Rickett, who holds, goes down low, and that's Patterson on the move off the bottom of the backboard, and Hayesville comes out with another offensive rebound. That one pulled away by Haley Rickett. 3 on the way. Looked like we got a piece of that one, but it rolls in, and that's number 4, Jade Patterson, the sophomore, with the bucket.
Hard to see those numbers.
Yeah, it is.
Good luck with that.
They're outlined in gold and black inside. Sharp looking, but they're hard to see. Yance through the paint is fouled before she takes the shot, so it'll be Swain ball underneath. And that foul looked like on 24.
Haley
Rickett and Hicks back into the ball game. Now we'll get Smith that traditional rest that Alyssa is used to at about the halfway mark of the first quarter. Cabe with a shot from the wing extended, and it doesn't go for Grace. And out of there with it is McClure, the freshman. She goes all the way to the hole. Cave gets a piece of that, and a foul called on Grace. Looked like a clean block.
Ooh. Yes, it did.
And that will send McClure to the line for 2 free throws, and it will be the first on Cade. Foul trouble for both of these teams is going to be an issue, I'm sure. McClure misses the first, and we're still at 8-5 now at the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Men's action to follow. We'll have the senior ceremony for them between games, so stay tuned for that. And then it'll be Swain and Hayesville. Jackets in the men's division in second place in the Smoky Mountain Conference behind Cherokee. So the Jackets in good shape. Good lead pass for Cabe. She goes all the way to the hole, initiates some contact, but it's going to be a block on Anderson.
32.
If we pause a minute trying to get you names, it's because we're trying to read those numbers, folks. You'll have to bear with us. Bree Ross to trigger it in. She finds Hicks. Open 3. Get in there, ball. Rattles around.
Oh, just out.
Good position by the Jackets, and it will end up going off of Anderson and be Swain basketball again. So Ross will do it all over again. She finds Yance this time. Yance backs it back out against the zone, whips it around to Cabe. Cabe looks inside, now penetrates all the way to the hole, throws up a shot, no good, and it's rebounded by Rickett, who will bring it up against Ross and Cabe. Kick to the wing to Annis, and she works inside, spinning inside up and in, and that is
32. Michaela Anderson.
Good inside move, ties this game at 8. Cabe on the wing, looks inside. She's got 2 on her. Kicks it over to Yance. Now Yance will find Hicks in the corner. She was on the line, it looked like. But Yance with a 3.
There's Ashton.
Down, so Ashton having a night. She's up to 8 or so now.
6 points, 6. Yeah. Third 3 of the quarter, though, for your Lady Devils.
And Hayesville whips it around, going baseline hard. And that one's up and off. Another offensive rebound by the Jackets, who have lived in there in the paint. And a jump ball will stay Hayesville's way. It will be Shook, Kiera Shook making her first appearance, and Smith in. And now Yance and Cabe are out. So everybody has been in and out for the Lady Devils now. Shook almost with the steal, and now Annis comes back out with it. They look inside. Use the elbow to clear out, back outside to McClure. Shook boxes out but can't hold the position. And now Smith will get called with a foul.
And I believe that's Alyssa's second already in the first quarter.
At the table for the Jackets is Brianna Foster, who was brought up for this game from the JV squad. And Hayesville will inbound with 1:39 remaining in the first. Deep inbound, back to Patterson. That one's batted down by Hicks, but she couldn't get to it. Now a long three on the way, and that's
knocks
good.
It down, number 24.
That's Haley Rickett with the three, the junior, for the Jackets. Hicks brings it up now against token pressure. Crosses over, gets to the paint, and is short with that one. Looked like she got hit on the arm or it partially blocked. Neither happened, and it will be Hayesville basketball. Tied at 11, 119 in your first. We've got wall-to-wall basketball tonight, wall-to-wall basketball tomorrow night, so just make the MaroonDevils.com network part of your Friday and Saturday evenings.
Haley Rickett.
Rickett again with a running break. And now it's Ross looking inside at Collins, tries to get it to her but can't. Shook takes a look, spins it over to Hicks. Hicks to Smith in the corner. Shook has it batted away down there on the Smith pass, and now Smith has lost her shoe. And Rickett into the front court as the Jackets play 5-on-4. Do they realize it is the question? Good job scrambling by the Lady Devils, and they've held their own for a few minutes there, down one, and that one's punched away. And we got 3 seconds on the other side. So
good job of
that was a good job of scrambling. Yance and Cabe quickly back up off the bench. It'll be Ross and Shook out for the Jackets. It's Patterson and Anderson out. And in is Maddie Chrysler for her first appearance. Yes. That was batted away too, but Chrysler will get called for the foul. Swain will inbound it, and Savannah Annis back into the lineup for the Jackets. Smith will trigger it in. Yance has it on the wing up top to Hicks. They got an overload on that side. Back to Smith in the corner. Clean look at a three. It's front iron. And there's Grace with a rebound. Couldn't get an angle, and now Collins swoops in and forces a jump ball. It'll stay Swain basketball on that. Cabe missed the point-blank layup. She had a terrible angle on that. Couldn't get the ball wrapped over to find the right spot to bounce it off of.
There's Lindsay. Nope.
Cabe with a jumper. It rattles around and out. There's Collins inside. And 2 quick fouls on Maddie Chrysler. Welcome to the game, Maddie.
Taylor's really doing a good job this year figuring out exactly how to use her body down there and get that position. Gotten better every game.
She has, and she's actually become a very stable option inside. Long three on the way by Hicks.
There she is.
And she is just battling it unmercifully in there. And unfortunately for Cabe, if the Foster had not fallen, that probably wouldn't have been a foul.
It's going to be Grace's second, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is.
Bree Ross quickly to the table. She's got Cabe. Shook quickly to the table. And she has got Hicks.
So Alyssa has 2 and Grace has 2.
Lindsay and Grace will sit for the final 5 seconds of this quarter. And Hayesville will bring it up.
1 second.
Shot on the way by Anderson.
Oh, knocks it down.
She beat the buzzer, so the Jackets will take an early lead at the end of the first quarter. It's Hayesville 16, Swain 11. So we're back here getting ready for the second period. And, Jeff, it's important for us to let the fans at home know that our wrestling team lost last night in the third round of the team duel playoffs in Cherryville. And they lost to Robbinsville. And Cherryville and Mount Airy went out also. Robbinsville ended up beating Mount Airy. So Robbinsville will wrestle for a state championship on Saturday. But what we want our Maroon Devil fans to know is that our wrestling team acquitted itself very well and turned in one of their best performances of the season, although they came up just 8 points short. Another bucket by the Jackets. Now they have a 7-point lead. Cabe with a Euro step. Smith swoops in and yanks it away. Now Yance will shoot another three. Back iron no good. Annis with a rebound. and the Jackets will go the other way. But what we wanted to say about the wrestling is that now the individual part starts this coming week, so there'll still be wrestling on the forefront. It'll be for individual state titles this time around, though.
And we should have several, I would imagine.
We'll have some folks who will certainly make the trip to Raleigh, I feel like, and it should be we'll keep you updated as things happen on that one, so just stay tuned with us. Annis feeling it, but Collins rips that rebound down. Now Hicks will try to go the other way. Foul. Nice pass. Cabe lays that one in. Lindsay, as she limps her way back down court with a great pass to her fellow senior, and now the Lady Devils back to within 5 here at 8-10. There's Annis with another one. She's off with that one. Collins tracks that one down, hands it off to Hicks. Now Hicks will come up court slowly and find herself in a crossover over to Yance, to the wing corner rather, to Cabe, back out to Yance. She'll work this left side all the way down to the corner, middle to Smith, who lost
that low block.
And Lindsay just can't get to it.
No.
There's just no way she could, and that was punched away. Ross quickly up off the Swain bench and ready to check in. Remember, Cabe and Smith both with 2 fouls. Annis up top, ball on a string, works to the wing, hands it off. That's McClure, the freshman over there. She goes inside. Yance slaps it away right to Annis. It falls out of there and then goes right to the waiting hands of Annie Brooks, who's fresh into the game. And Taylor Collins will get called for the foul.
Be Taylor's first foul.
That's good. Quickly back in is Patterson and Rickett for the Jackets. Smith takes a seat for the Lady Devils. Patterson will inbound. It does so. 3 on the way by Rickett. Front iron no good. Cabe with a rebound. Looks up. Now will bring it up herself. 1 on 3. Spins back. Looks inside. Had Collins. Tries to throw it through Annis and can't. Ross with it. Now she needs some help. It's kicked ball. That will be the help she needed, as Swain will inbound it now. 5:37 before the half. Hicks on the wing. Weaves her way back and forth, finds Collins, but it spills off her hands into the waiting arms of Savannah Annis, who now brings it up court. Rickett to the corner, all the way to the block. That ball blocked by Collins, rebounded by Hicks. Now Hicks will jog it up. Crossover, throws it ahead and can't get it to Taylor. Another turnover gives it back to the Jackets. 18-13 your score, 5:14 before the half. Smith back off the Swain bench. Both coaches reeling people in and out, trying to keep people fresh, something I'm sure they've had to do all year. There's Ross trying to get the block shot on the other freshman, McClure, and this call for the foul.
Breeze first.
Also, Maddie Chrysler, who picked up 2 quick fouls in her last appearance, is at the scorer's table for the Yellow Jackets. It'll be Kinley McClure at the line, and she misses that one, so that will allow Smith and Chrysler to check in. Chrysler's going to come in for McClure, so she'll wait. Taylor Collins takes a seat for the Devils. That shot by McClure is good, and that will allow Chrysler into the ballgame for McClure. So a token pressure now by the Yellow Jackets.
Looks like a 2-2-1 zone press.
So Hicks will walk it partially up, go all the way across court to Ross, back to Yance. Yance will go to her left, go to the corner to Smith. Back to Yance. She's got the ball on the string, backs up on it.
Hey, little step back.
Cabe fights for it, and it'll be 3rd foul on Grace Cabe. So Taylor Collins' rest will be short. And we're shooting 1-1 now, I suppose.
It is 1-1. So Grace going to have to take a seat for the rest of the half with her 3rd foul. Have Alyssa Smith with 2, and nobody else has more than that. So
that's going to give Brianna Foster a chance at a 1-1 here at the 4:42 mark. First one is off. Collins pulls that one out of there forcefully. That's the one thing about Taylor that's gotten better and better as the season goes on. She's been very forceful and deliberate in what she does. Not timid at all.
Yes, that's right.
Now the Jackets with the rebound, steam the other way. Patterson will work it back out to the top, looking for Annis, guarded by Smith. Annis runs all the way through. They pass her off to the corner to Taylor Collins. Now Ross has her. She weaves back and forth, back up top. Now Patterson turns the corner, goes all the way, and Lindsey Hicks will get whistled with a foul, and 2 shots will be awarded.
Lindsey's first.
And that is Patterson going to the line. Patterson is a sophomore. First one is good. Kayla Anderson quickly up off of the bench for Chad McClure and will return to the lineup. And she will get Chrysler out. And now Hayesville will continue with their pressure, the 2-2-1 press. Swain had little trouble with it the first time, and probably because of the fact that they faced it Tuesday with Cherokee.
Yes.
Hicks ahead
inside
to Collins, and Collins lays that one in. A nice pass from Lindsey Hicks there.
Yes, it was her 3rd assist.
Finding ways to impact the game other than her scoring. That's Annis, punches it around, and it goes out of bounds off of Foster's hand.
Holy moly.
Okay, I stand corrected. Unfortunately, we can't go to the replay on that because that clearly was off of Foster. The Jackets retain the ball, and Patterson posts up Ross down low and then backs it back out. Now Anna circles in, knowing she's got Smith on there. And we got a timeout by the Jackets as the ball spilled to the floor to save the possession. 3:33, 21-15, your score. Hayesville in the lead in this one. We've got men's action coming up after this. We will honor the Maroon Devils seniors. Prior to that, we honored the Lady Devils seniors of Lindsey Hicks, Alyssa Smith, Grace Cabe, and Charlotte Jackson prior to this game. So a good night, always a good night for the seniors to get a little recognition.
Absolutely.
For what they've done.
And you look up there on that wall, and not that any senior class isn't good by no means, but I tell you look up there at those guys, man, that's some big losses out here on this hardwood for next year. Yeah. Some good athletes, good people that can put the ball in the basket, distribute the basketball. They can do it all. Going to be missed.
Yeah, with the girls, I think you've got Lindsay and Grace, who are 4-year players on the varsity level. Alyssa came along and played her sophomore year on the varsity level. And Charlotte's played the last 2 years, and there's more rebounds by the Jackets. They are killing us on the offensive glass. 23-15, 8-point bulge now for the Jackets. Hicks into the front court, kicks it over to Ross. Ross back up top to Yance. She goes with the left hand all the way to the hole. Short with it. Smith unable to get it. The Jackets have numbers now. Hicks tries to stay in front. Ross tries to cut her off, but all the way to the bucket is Haley Rickett. And now it is a 10-point lead for the Jackets. Hicks into the front court. Smith on the wing. Fakes it, goes back around. Yance has got it. Stops and pops this time off the glass. No good. Collins and her miss the rebound. And Brooks steams out of there with it and passes it back off to Patterson, who now tries to turn the corner to the wing to Rickett. Rickett misses the three, and Collins has the rebound. Hicks comes out of there with it now into the front court. Kicks it to the wing. Smith, good open look by Alyssa.
Good look, knocks it down.
Another assist from Lindsey Hicks. Smith knocks down the three, making it 25-18 as we fast approach 2 minutes before half in what has been a very fast-paced game. And there goes Rickett right by Hicks to lay that one in. And
Rickett 9 points.
They will come the other way. Hicks over to Yance. She dribbles it once, finds Ross in the corner. She works her way back around all the way across court to Hicks. Hicks three on the way, and it doesn't go. Collins could not get it, but was she fouled is the question. I believe it is.
I believe it is.
Taylor with good position under there and was unable to get the rebound. We have to assume now it was because of Haley Ricketts with a push. Shook and Jackson now into the game. Collins and Hicks will take a seat. And on the other side, Savannah Annis takes a seat for the Jackets. Yance with it over on the left-hand wing. She spins it back up top to Smith. And Alyssa back to Ashton. Ashton with the ball on the floor. It goes to the hole, and it's still rolled out. You got a jump ball as Yance yanks that thing out of there, but it'll be Hayesville basketball.
I think it's going to stay here.
Yeah, Ross is going to kick it in here for the Lady Devils. Finds Shook, who's open on the wing for a moment, back over to Smith. Alyssa ball fakes, heads baseline, and punches it off of the Jackets, so it'll stay Swain basketball. 127 and counting now. It's 27-18 Yellow Jackets here in this one. Swain working on a 7-point quarter. You would almost expect that they will struggle a little bit to score.
Yes.
With Cabe in foul trouble and Hicks still hurting. Smith, another three on its way. It's off. Brooks wins the race to it from Ross, but Ross gets her from behind. Now over to Yance, who will work the left-hand side, goes all the way down, back up top, over to Smith, inside to Jackson. Jackson's shot on the way, short, punched out of there, but controlled by Anderson, who steams the other way, and now only has Yance to beat. Can't do it on the pass, and it goes out. Yance with the rebound. She steams the other way. We're under a minute, out of control, and that'll be a block on Haley Rickett.
Ooh, that's number 4.
That's Jade Patterson. Collins and Hicks back in. Jackson and Shook out. 47 seconds remain before the first half. Bree Ross will trigger it in again. And that will go out of bounds off of Ashton Yance. So 46.1, quickly back in defensively will be Shook for Hicks. We may see that substitution pattern for a while. You're hoping these situations is that Lindsay's leg would loosen up as it went on, but it doesn't appear to be the case. And we can only wait and see what halftime will bring, and that'll be third on Smith.
Yeah, and I love the fact that as a senior, she's out here gritting it out. Wouldn't expect anything else, but one of her greatest assets is her quickness of her feet and her hands and all that. And it's noticeably just not there tonight because of that injury, obviously.
And also the fact that she shoots it so well from deep, and that's all, as you know, as a former three-point marksman, that's your legs are very important in that shot. It will be Hicks and Jackson back in. Smith will sit with fellow senior Grace Cabe, who both have 3 fouls now, and back to the line is Annie Brooks for the Jackets. That one is back iron no good, and we got a lane violation on Brooks, I believe, so it'll be Swain basketball. And Yance will trigger it in to Hicks, who works it up court with a crossover, fires it ahead to Ross. She pulls it back out, now finds Hicks back over up top. Lindsay works that side, kicks a nice pass into Jackson, who fumbles it away, and Annis will come out of there with it and go the other way. Now Hayesville can hold for the final shot if they want.
That's what coach is telling them.
McClure giving instructions to Annis and Patterson there, his 2 guards. And Annis will now work against Jackson. Good little pass inside.
Wow.
And Brianna Foster, the beneficiary, and that's going to do our first half as the Jackets have jumped out to an 11-point advantage, 29-18 over Swain. We'll be back with second half action. All right, fans, Toby and Jeff back with you, and the Jackets 11-point lead at the half, Jeff. And, just looking ahead a little bit at this new playoff system that's affected every sport this year, going to affect basketball as well. 48 teams are going to make it, which is down from the old numbers of 64. So fewer teams are going to make it in. And if we're wondering about our Swain club, they're right there with Hayesville in the rankings.
Yeah, they are. They're back-to-back here, it looks like. Obviously, whichever team gets this win tonight will go a long way in those standings. But if you look at this thing, they're keeping 48, and I kind of broke it down just a little bit. Almost a third of them are your prep schools, your schools like that. So, that's kind of the way it's going to be. It appears.
I think that's the nature of our landscape in high school athletics. Unfortunately, there's not enough people willing to step up and talk about that as a negative to get the High School Athletic Association moving on that front in any positive manner. So, looks like we're stuck with it.
It is, but if you look at the top of this thing, you've got Mount Airy, Mitchell, Murphy, East Wilkes. So, we got some good schools up there at the top.
But I'll be honest with you, Jeff, I call into question how these teams are ranked with this system. It seems as though Mount Airy is always at the top. And is that the conference that they're in, the opponents they play? What is it? What makes them tougher than the Smoky Mountain?
I don't think anybody knows. Coach B was talking about that back during football. Nobody can talk about this formula that they used to come up with all this stuff in regards to these rankings.
Murphy is the highest rated conference team. They're at 3 in the girls behind Mount Airy and Mitchell and have a 18-1 overall record, whereas the other two are 15-2 and 15-4. So
that makes no sense in any rankings you look at.
Makes you wonder what you got to do. Is it the Little Smoky? What is it that keeps us from being up there with the others? There's Smith with a short jumper. It rattles home for Alyssa. So good news for the Lady Devils. Cabe and Smith back into the ball game, and Swain back to 9 here all the way. No help. There's the help. Collins is there. She finds Hicks. Now Lindsay will go the other way with it. Crosses over all the way to the hold. Can't get it to go. Patterson steams out of there with it. And all the way back, shot on the way, up and off. Yance with it. She's hit, but maintains her balance, keeps the ball. Hicks will bring it up now. We'll try to touch a little bit more on the guys' situation as well. Hicks from the free throw line.
There's a good look.
And Smith to Hicks on that one. A good pass from Alyssa gives Lindsay the bucket. Grace with 3 fouls needs to be real careful down there reaching across to slap at the ball. 6:39, so we're just a minute or so in.
Yeah, the last thing she wants on her senior night is to be sitting over here about halfway through the third quarter.
Yep. So now it will be Rickett out on the wing against Smith. Back up top to Patterson. Annis works against. And that one goes off of Smith's foot. Nothing she could do about it as Ricketts falls out of bounds. Ricketts, rather, and is able to push it off of Smith. So,
but I'm looking at these rankings again. You look down here, Coach, and you have a team that's about 10 spots ahead of us with a 6-7 record.
Yeah.
I don't know how you explain that. I can't explain it.
They would say that it's strength of schedule, and they say that the win margin doesn't count, but I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. I don't either. Which is a shame if it does.
I agree.
I don't want to have to beat teams as bad as I can beat them just to up my rankings.
Right.
But you got to do what you got to do if you want to get the rankings and get those home playoff games and all that type of stuff.
My greatest fear in this system is that Swain and most likely the rest of the Smoky Mountain Conference as well will never host a playoff game.
Yes, that could happen.
Ever.
You're exactly right.
And the consensus to switch really isn't any better because what they're talking about doing is going back to the old system. And by that I mean back to where it was predetermined who the home conference was going to be, and you played the number 3 seed out of that conference and so forth. The thing I always hated about that is we were always on the road, and it doesn't matter. It's not fair if you have a 24-0 team and you're slotted to go to Northwest, you're going to the Northwest.
You're going to the Northwest. And I swear it felt like you played the same 2 or 3 teams just over and over and over. And when it comes to playoff time, maybe it's just me. I always like to see different people. I don't like the same people over and over.
Well, I personally would like for the seedings to be fair.
Yes.
Where you're playing fairly against teams that if you are a lower seeded team, that you're playing a good upper seeded team.
That's right.
Now that may sound weird, but I hate like heck to go somewhere and beat somebody badly Because the seating wasn't fair.
That's right.
So,
I mean, it's a catastrophe. You look back into football, and I may have mentioned this earlier, there was a team that was 1-10 that was a number 2 seed.
Yeah.
Well, that's craziness.
Well, they even had one team that was in the top, not top 10, but in the top 48 or 64 who didn't even have a football team.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they didn't have a football team. They had to take them out. So that tells you there's some flaws with the system if there's a team in the top 64 that not fielding a football team.
That foul's on Taylor Collins, her second. I think that's Michaela Anderson. She knocks it down.
And it's back to 10 for the Jackets. It certainly looks at this point, Jeff, and I don't want to go on too much of a limb to say this because our record is not even right in this ranking that we're in, but it looks like our ladies and Hayesville as well may make the playoffs. But we can most assuredly bet that that's going to require a trip to Cherryville or
say better gas the bus up.
And there's a block on Chrysler. See if they do have Cabe trying to shoot that, so she'll get 2 free throws out of it. 11-point lead again where we started the second half for the Jackets. Grace to the line with her ankle brace unwrapped down there.
Coach, this is our first trip to the free throw line this whole entire game.
Wow.
First free throw right there.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Well, Grace hit it, and now she'll have a second one for her troubles. And a chance to pull this back to 9 again. And there's Collins with another good rebound. A good job avoiding walking. Kicks it back out to Hicks, who works at the top, finds Shook inside. Good pass, but batted away in there by Michaela Anderson. It'll be Swain basketball. The regular season for the basketball team. There's Hicks with a 3. Get in there, ball. No go. Ross and Shook, the 2 shortest girls on the Swain team, working the boards down there.
Shoot that thing, Bree.
Back out to Ross. She looks over on the other side. Good penetration back to Hicks. Good pass. Goes in and out. There's a rebound. Steaming out of there is Patterson. She goes to.
There was a lot happened right there that could have been called. A lot.
Haley Rickett got hammered, and there's no foul call. She's a little frustrated by that, and I can understand that frustration. The ball rattled around forever, and 2 Lady Devils had it at the same time.
It took about 13 steps with it.
And did. And that will be Hayesville basketball. Yance and Smith return to the Swain lineup. Good reaction time by Grace to bat that one out of bounds. And Patterson will do it again. That shot up and in.
It's the roll. Michaela Anderson. Puts her in double figures. First one on either team.
12-point advantage now for the Jackets. Hicks over to Yance. Yance back to Ross. Ross with the ball on the dribble now. Looks inside, stripped out of there by Anderson, who steams the other way, backs it back out, double teamed by Ross and Hicks. Hicks punches at it, Ross dives for it, jump ball.
It's going to be our ball. Lady Devil basketball, good hustle, girls.
Ross and Hicks over there digging that one out, getting on the floor for it. And now Yance at the 3:45 mark will inbound it. Ross will come out of the ball game as Collins checks back in. And now Hicks works against Annis up top. She kicks it to Smith on the wing. Inside the Cave. Dribble, tries to go up with it. And rather than the foul, it will stay Swain basketball. So Smith will inbound it. Coach Michael Turner working the official pretty hard on that one for a foul.
He was about down there in the hallway after him.
I can understand his frustration. To the wing to Hicks. They pass her off. And now she will kick it back to Yance, who penetrates down the left-hand side. Is back up top to Smith. Clean look at a 3 for
Good
Alyssa.
Look.
Doesn't go, and a rebound by Anderson. She steams out of there, going the other way. Pulls up. Cabe takes a swipe at it. Now Patterson passes it off to Rickett. Over to Annis on the other wing. Back up top. Jackets showing some patience. Anna spins her way back out to Rickett. 3 on the way from Rickett. Bounces out of there, and Hicks is able to chase it down. She'll let the traffic clear and now bring it up on her own. Crossover, back crossover again. Inside to Collins. That play has been there. Looked like a lot of contact on that, but no call. And out of there with it is Rickett. Steaming the other way. Yance gets in the way of it and picks that off. So good secondary play from Ashton that time to bat that ball away and then get it. Hicks crosses over, tries to go hard to the hole. No foul called. Collins tries to put it back up. No foul called there. And now Rickett comes away again. Cade pokes it away, and
golly bum, we can't get a roll.
Hicks finds Smith, but it won't go, and now Rickett comes the other way again. And Cade gets away with one, perhaps right there.
Holy moly.
And we got a timeout as Rickett and Cade go at it.
How in the world?
And no foul called, and only Taylor Collins to separate those two. Timeout Jackets will stay here through that one. Ross and Shook and Foster all into the game for the respective teams. And let's see if Cabe is okay. Looks like she is.
Well, she's just frustrated.
May have lost a contact. She did. So now they're going to have to fix that. Coach Blankenship on the scene, passes it off to Kerry Powell. And Cabe will take a seat. Probably a wise move on Michael Turner's part. If we read the playoff rankings right, Jeff, it does look like our Maroon Devils are in a more precarious situation than the ladies and more desperately need to win 3 out of the next 4, say. But they are also closer to 500, so that's a plus.
Well, in Hayesville, their ranking is really good, so a big win here tonight against them could really propel us up a few spots. I don't know how much.
Well, it can't hurt.
Can't hurt. That's exactly right.
Wins can never hurt you, I would like to think.
I would think.
Ross loses control, is able to get it back. Hicks
There's
with a
Lindsay.
3.
Knocks it down. That a girl.
Ross spilled into the Swain bench, got up slowly, and now makes her way back. I think she's hurting a little bit. Remember, she had a bad ankle at one point this season.
Yes. She limped off a little gingerly, men, to go in that tie-up over there. I watched her. She's a tough nut, though. She'll play through it.
Annis with the jumper. It's off. Yance working hard in there. Blocks the shot. Gets called for it. Michael Turner
he called it on 12.
Working extremely hard for a double dribble on that one. I saw what he did, which is the ball hit the floor, then the girl pick it up and then dribble it again.
Yes.
But, anymore, Jeff, all the way from the NBA down, that's something that's just not called, and it should be. But it's just not called. That free throw by Foster is off. Annie Brooks into the lineup for Savannah Annis. Grace Cabe now has her contact straightened out. She'll check back into the lineup for Sis Smith, who will take a breather here at the 106 mark. It's a 9-point Hayesville advantage. And back for the second one is Brianna Foster. That shot is good, and the Jackets lead by 10. 1 minute to play in the third period of play. Hicks crosses over, finds Yance. Yance goes baseline, is cut off, tries to shoot it, is hammered right there. Oh, nice
save by Kiera Shook.
Kiera Shook with a great save, and it ends up paying off.
We'll give her an assist on that.
As Yance lays that one in, and now it will be Patterson working against Cabe. That one's handed off to Rickett, working against Ross. Rickett spills over top of Shook, no call, and she lays that one in to put it back up by 10. There goes Hicks to the bucket, and Lindsay is fouled on the play by Patterson. So Lindsay Hicks will go to the free throw line. Taylor Collins up off of the Swain bench. And Hicks will shoot 2, I believe, here.
Yes.
And that's good. Collins in for Cabe with 25.7 remaining in the third period of play, and Hicks with a second free throw on the way. That one crawls out. So Patterson will bring it up now. No check. Yep, that's Patterson over to Rickett. Rickett works against Hicks. Ross and Patterson go at it. To the corner to Brooks, who works against Yance. Hicks is going to get called with a foul.
With a foul. It's going to be her third.
11.4, and the Jackets will inbound. I think the foul situation is 3 each. Shot on the way and laid in.
Rickett. Man, 13 points on the night for Rickett. 1 second. It's off.
Ooh. Looked like it was on.
Yes, it did.
And so that's going to do your third period of play. Jackets lead it by 11, 40-29. So 8 minutes remain in this one. Lady Devils trailing by 11, just like they ended the first half. So they've made no headway here on the Yellow Jacket lead. Well, that'll be a sizable advantage as the Jackets come out with 6 players to open the fourth. Annie Brooks made her way off, though, so they're back to 5. And now it will be Rickett working against Smith. Annis on the wing against Yance. Back up top. They work the low post as well as any high school team I've seen. Shot up and on its way. Annis with a rebound, and I think that's why they're in such good rebounding position is they're already on that low block.
They're on that low block. They asked for that ball on that block. If they don't get it, they're immediately screening away, and that person is replacing them on that block.
We had a foul that time. It looked like it was on Anderson. As she came back in from out of bounds and waylaid Ashton Yance, who had that rebound. And so now the Lady Devils with a shot to eat into this lead just a little bit here against the Jackets. Back up top to Yance. She goes baseline, tries to feed it to Cabe. That will be off of Foster over there, and Swain basketball right in front of the Swain High cheerleaders, who as always do wonderful work during basketball season with Coach Sherry and that whole crew. Great job. As they hear them at it. Hicks with a long three.
Boom! Knocks it down, Lindsay.
And that's just what the doctor ordered for the Lady Devils. 40-32. They're back to 8, the closest they've been since the second quarter. Let's see if they can get a stop here and keep it at that.
That put Lindsay in double figures.
Annis works with Brooks. Brooks spills it away. She's able to save it to the corner to Anderson. Anderson goes by. Collins blocks it from behind, fires it out to Hicks, and now Hicks will work ahead with it. Smith is in front of her. Pull up, pop, stop, missed it. And there's Foster with a rebound. She goes out of bounds. Okay.
Ashton gave her a little hip check there, I think.
Which is absolutely perfectly legal in hockey.
Yes. Oh, goodness.
Cabe on the outside to Yance on the corner. They've got Hicks with an open look at a three. They don't get it to her, and it's quick enough. She fires it. It goes right by Yance, who is going to the spot, and Brooks is going to win the race, or is she? Yance pushes that one out. And that ball will go out of bounds and be Swain, or check that, Hayesville basketball. But good defense return there by Ashton Yance. 6:29 and counting now. They go inside to Annis. She works against Smith. Will stop and pop, rolls out of there. Hicks with a rebound. So Lindsay with the whole crowd in front of her now goes the other way. Annis picks her up top to the wing to Yance. She goes hard on the drive. It goes off. Cave ties up Rickett over there.
Going to stay here.
And it'll be a jump ball, Swain basketball.
Lady Devil basketball.
Patterson and Ross back into the respective lineups. Ross will inbound it. And it'll be to Yance, who reverses it back over to Hicks to Cabe. Tries to go inside. pulled out of there by Cade, punched away again, stays Swain basketball.
Good hustle, Grace. So if we could ever just get a bucket to fall here and get this thing under this 8-point lead, we might could make a run.
Yance backs away with 2 Jackets on her, and that ball's punched away by Michaela Anderson and picked up by Savannah Annis. She'll go the other way against Hicks now. And the Jackets wait for instructions as Jade Patterson sets the ball up top at the Big S. Now over to Rickett on the wing, who wants her teammate to do so. She is furious with her teammate for not moving. And to Brianna Foster's credit, she has not been on this varsity team but for 3 quarters now.
3 quarters, that's right.
So,
but old Rickett there, I like that. A little fire, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, she is a junior on this team, as they don't have any seniors that I know of. Very young team, and so a turnover again by the Lady Devils. So 2 trips down the court, and Swain unable to eat into this Hayesville lead. And now it will be Patterson working her way up court against Cabe. She reverses over to Annis, who's covered by Hicks. And there's a long 3 by Savannah Annis. Rebound inside, blocked
again.
Collins, and Cade comes steaming out of there with it. Moves, no call. Collins, no call. Now we get it. 2 shots coming our way as Taylor Collins remains active on the boards with a big rebound.
She's got 12.
We are her lucky charm. Every time we do their game, she has
double-figure rebounds.
First one is good. So Swain finally able to get under 8 and cut this lead to 7. Back into the lineup is Kinley McClure. She's got Anderson. And Collins will shoot her second now. That one rattles home. And now 6 points. And the Lady Devils would like a stop. 5 minutes and some change left in this one. So Patterson works against Cabe over to Rickett. They like to run the offense through her. Annis on the low block against Collins, scoops it up. Doesn't go. Ross comes out of there with a big rebound.
Big rebound.
Good job by Bree Ross positioning herself and getting that one to the wing to Smith. Thought about it. Improves herself inside to Collins. Spins around and out. She's trying to shoot it, trying to do anything with it. And can't. And that will go to Annis, and they bring it up. Rickett with it back out to Patterson over to Annis. And she holds it to set the offense. Now Patterson on the wing inside to Rickett. Rickett spins, shot up and off. Collins with a big rebound. Fires it out to Ross. Ross tries to go in, kicks it back to Hicks. Midline shot
Can't
off.
Get it to fall. That Jim.
Patterson with a rebound, punched out of bounds by Cade. But it will be Hayesville basketball. Lead is 6 for the Jackets. 4:13 remaining, and Kinley McClure will inbound it. We've got a timeout by Swain. It will be a full. We'll stay here with you for that one and talk you through what's going to happen over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, Saturday, we have Rosman coming to town for a makeup game, weather-related. And then on Monday, these same varsity teams will travel to Blue Ridge for a non-conference game, but nonetheless an important game.
That's right.
And then finish with a trip to Murphy on Tuesday, should finish the regular season for Swain.
And then it'll be tournament time. That should crank up next probably Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We're thinking first round action. As soon as we know who our opponents are going to be and all that good stuff, we'll get that out. And then it'll be on the playoffs.
And
it's winding down.
Just remembering this crucial time of whether they're going to play and what's going to happen. MaroonDevils.com is your one-step stop for all things Maroon Devil to find out what's going on. You'll see the brackets first there next week for the Smoky Mountain Conference Tournament. The tournament this year will be in Murphy, so there'll be a little travel involved, but it should be an interesting time. And in relation to those playoffs, Jeff, anybody who wins the tournament that's not among the top 2 teams gets an automatic berth.
Automatic win. You know that's going to happen probably at least a couple of spots, so that'll really throw wrinkles and things, so you never know how that's going to affect those seedings.
So now the freshman with a shot, and it's way off. Yance with a rebound. And Yance will bring it down court. Finds Hicks with it. Hicks crossover, stop and pop.
Get in there, ball.
Rattles around right to Cabe. Looked like she was fouled. No foul call. Rickett out of there with it. 3-on-2. She pulls it back out to set the offense. Anna sets it. They go back across to Jade Patterson, 3:42, and the Jackets are going to exercise great patience in working for this shot. Rickett on the wing works against Ross. Ross dogs her back out to midcourt. Now she turns the corner, goes all the way. Smith steps in. Should have been a charge, was not. It's off of Yance and will remain Hayesville basketball. Foster comes in for McClure. Patterson will inbound to Anderson, back out to Rickett. She will reset the offense as she works Ross down. Patterson works against Cade. 3:18 and counting. 6-point Yellow Jacket lead. Annis goes across the screen.
Oh, look at this.
Oh,
my Lord. Whoo. How do you... Oh, folks.
Alyssa Smith
my
read that
goodness.
as well as you could read it and gets called for the foul.
Oh,
that
boy.
one was big, folks. That had layup.
That's backcourt.
She can go backcourt, but she can if she
That's
catches it in the
right.
front court.
Holy cow.
So 2 calls that do not go the Lady Devils' way right there could hinge this ball game. Rickett works on the outside. She goes by, then falls on the ball. We got a jump ball.
Going to stay Hayesville.
It'll stay Hayesville as she went by and lost the handle on the ball and then fell on it. And so Patterson, and we got a score discrepancy, so we're going to work on that for a second. But let's let you know that that foul is on 3. There's no 3 out there, is there?
No. Well, just for Hayesville.
It should have been on 14.
I don't have her with any. They got it now. They've switched it. Alyssa's got 4. Wow.
Block shot on her part. That'll be out of bounds off of us. Hayesville will inbound again. Coach McClure from Hayesville incredulous over that call. And now Anderson will work against 2 Swain defenders. They pass it off to Rickett, back to Annis, who works on the outside. 2:40 and counting. And back up top to Patterson. She runs off 2 Swain defenders. Smith almost with a steal again.
Almost.
A 3-second call on Rickett in the lane.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Back in, so a big turnover by the Jackets, and let's see if Swain can dig into this lead a little bit more.
We've got to get a good possession right here and get a bucket.
Collins comes in and takes her position down on that block, motions Cave to the high post so she can have it to herself. Smith, step in 3, looks good from here. It's long.
Boy.
And now the Jackets, Foster comes out of there with it off to Patterson. And he could not see that play.
Lord.
That's 4. Timeout Swain to talk about it. Are we anywhere near the 1-1 at this point?
Looks like it's 5-6.
So that's 4 fouls on Hicks. And now they will make defensive substitutions here with 2:11 left. It certainly appears from all purposes that Hayesville is rather intent to work the clock out.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they all are about alike out here as far as the ball handling goes, it looks like. And Coach McClure, I saw him twice tell him to be patient. Let's get a good shot, 6-point lead. Why not?
Well, and when that is the case, the longer you let that go, the less time you have to get back in it. So, from Coach Michael Turner's standpoint, it almost becomes foul time.
Yes.
And he does have a crew in who can commit some fouls at this juncture with Ross and Shook returning to the lineup for Hicks. No, Hicks will return with her 4 fouls. But she will cover. That was risky, but Yance couldn't get there. And now we approach 2 minutes and some change for the Jackets. That's Anderson on the wing.
And we're under 2 minutes.
Cave dogs her. Back to Annis. Hicks and Cave pass her off to each other. They go back across court. Coach Turner imploring his girls to come out. Do not reach in there, Lindsay. And there's the pass.
We got a turnover.
Turnover. Be Swain basketball. Smith and Collins will quickly check back in.
Probably get
Shook and Ross.
And Ross.
Offense for defense. And now Swain with a chance to pull to within 4 with 1:43 remaining. Hicks will bring it up. Annis comes out to take her. Passed off to Smith. Hicks goes to the corner, back to Yance at the top. Over to Hicks on the wing.
There she
three
is.
on the way. It's off. We can see it from here. Collins battles for it. It'll be a foul on her. That's one of the fouls you don't mind so much, though, because it puts them immediately on the free throw line. Hayesville will take time out here. It'll be a full one. We'll stay right here. It doesn't appear that we're in a 1-and-1, so Hayesville will have to bring it the length of the court. Coach Turner bringing in his crew that can afford fouls. So that pretty much sets your stage here. The 6-point lead by these Jackets, 40-34.
You know, Coach, I'm looking here, and maybe I should have noticed this. Hayesville not scored a point.
It's been a great quarter. We're down to a minute 30 and a tremendous defensive quarter for the Lady Devils.
I just noticed that.
So a tremendous job defensively. And it's one of those things, though, you know, as a coach, that once you lose that edge, it's really hard to get back into that rhythm.
Get it back. That's exactly right. Rhythm's the name of the game, especially in this game of basketball, whether it's shooting or the offense you're running or even the defense. And when you get out, man, it's tough to get back in it. And so far, we've done a good job getting them out of that offensive rhythm. We frustrated them a little bit.
Yeah.
We've become more active, higher up past that three-point line, and it's caused some frustration down here.
And a key, which has been a key all season long, we've not put them on the free throw line where the offense is easy.
Yes.
So now Hayesville will inbound. We've got, I think, one more foul. On the next foul, we'll be in the 1-and-1. So for Swain, it's going to be Yance, Cabe, Ross, Shook, and Smith. Out of that trio, Smith, I believe, is the only one with 4. And they will just interchange each other, and now Patterson brings it up.
Oh, we got a steal.
Do we have it? Yes, tracked down over there by Shook. She finds timeout. Coach Turner's all the way out on the Devils trying to call it. And so the clock is actually still running. They need to put some time back on the clock. When I looked up, it was 1:18. And don't shake your head. There's got to be some time. Go back on the clock.
Yes, there
guys.
does.
1:18 is where it was. So Swain will have the ball here. Chance to cut it again to 4 or 3 with a 3.
That's right.
And they have got to be able to get an offensive shot right here and then work for a stop or a foul.
I'd love to see us work that ball around, try to sneak Lindsay. What we've done here a time or two is we've sent her to this corner and they've over-rotated, and Ashton Yance has had this wide-open 3. Yeah. I'm interested to see if she's willing to take it because she's made 2 today.
Yeah, 3 is what we need here. Obviously, we want the ball in Hicks's hands, but they go straight inside. There's a foul. Collins with a good job of walling off, and she'll go to the free throw line, which in effect stops the clock. They did reset it at 1:18. It's 1:17 after that. And Collins will shoot 1-and-1.
1-and-1. She's 2 for 2 on the night, 71% on the year.
And into the game is Ross. Shook waits to take her. It crawls in for Collins, who will get a second one now. And Swain, the closest they've been since the first period, at 40-35 with 1:17 remaining. Second one is good as well. And Collins checks out. What are we arguing about? Why can't we put our sub in? Thank you. Shook for Collins.
Basic 101.
She can't wear a hairband after 3 quarters. It's a rule, I guess. 3 quarters worth of hairbands is enough. So Shook and Annis work. Cabe has fouled out of the ball game, but it was a necessary foul. And Savannah Annis will go to the free throw line for the Devils. Hicks and Collins will check back in for Ross and Shook, and I guess that's 4 on Cabe.
I think it's just 4. Yeah, I only had her for 3.
So Savannah Annis will shoot 1-and-1 here, and the rebound on this will be crucial for the Lady Devils, who are back to 4. And we're still over a minute, 1:16 to be exact. And Savannah Annis with a chance to put some distance in there. And Collins with a huge rebound finds Hicks. Hicks into the front court, and we got the whistle blowing again for some reason.
There's some kind of discrepancy down here at the scores table.
Yeah, but when Swain's on a fast break,
that's exactly right. No, it is not.
So I don't know what's going on, but they're going to sort it out. The clock shows 1:13. It's a 4-point lead for the Jackets. And we, in effect, have a timeout as both coaches are talking to their teams while the lead official talks to the scorers table. I bet you one of them has her with 5 fouls.
I bet they do too.
And the other one has her with 4.
Because they're definitely counting fouls. I can see what they're doing down there.
So we'll see. The home book wins that argument.
It does win that argument.
Almost 100% of the time, as it's the official book. And that is, again, the case here.
That is. I see Mr. Taylor saying she's got 4, so that's obviously what they're talking about.
So Swain will inbound it from over in front of the home section. You can see that. 1:13 on the clock. It is 40-36 in favor of the Jackets, who have led since midway through the first. Inbounded to Smith. She's got the ball on the bounce. 3 people run at Hicks. She tries to turn the corner. Yance with a 3.
That's off. There's Taylor, though.
Collins lays it in, and timeout Swain, as Swain is now back to 2 at 40-38 with 1:03 remaining. And Ashton Yance trying really hard to convince everybody on the bench that was a pass.
I don't blame her.
It was a great pass.
It was a great pass. We'll take that pass all day.
We put an assist down for her in our book.
That's right.
1:03, I don't know what our timeout situation is, but Swain should be getting close to out at this juncture. They're going to check at the table because Blankenship is, but a minute 3 is an eternity.
It's an eternity.
Even without timeouts at this juncture, Swain has to play good defense and hope for a steal, get the ball back, tie things up, and then see what happens.
That's right. Well, it seems like 5 minutes ago we were talking about putting 1:18 on the clock, so we've run 15 seconds off.
Yeah, it's been slow because of the free throws, and then the whistle blown on my fast break turns into a bucket for us there as well.
Yeah.
And now it will be Hayesville ball underneath Swain's goal to inbound.
And a 9-0 quarter for our Lady Devils. We need it to be 12.
Yeah, at this juncture,
13.
12 would be good.
Yes.
So Swain will line up the same way. Cabe and Shook will have Rickett and Annis. Anderson will be left to roam the baseline freely. They switch it this time. Ricketts falls down. They are able to get it in. Shook is trying her best to foul her or push her out of bounds one. And Shook is called for the foul, so that works. And 1 minute exactly remains, and to the line will go Jade Patterson. I don't think Jade has scored tonight, has she, Coach?
Jade Patterson, let me find her. She's hit 2 free throws and a 3.
Okay, so she has scored, and big baskets at that. And Swain will go with their offensive lineup. Into the ballgame for the Jackets is the Brianna Foster. So Jade Patterson will shoot. Yance Collins have the task of boxing out right here. Shot is up and on the way. It is off.
It's off. There's Taylor.
Collins has got it. Yance has got it going the other way. She quickly tries to find Lindsay Hicks, and Hicks walks it across. 50 seconds and counting. The Jackets in a man-to-man. Smith back to Yance. She goes baseline.
Gets a good
Shot
look.
is off. It
Stays
rolls
after
out
it.
to Hicks. Back to Hicks. 3 on the way. Be good, please.
Oh.
And it just falls out and is punched out of bounds by Cabe. 35 remains. Shook and Ross. Swain certainly had their chances there.
Yes, they did.
A good look by Yance and a good look by Hicks. It just would not go down. And now 35 seconds remain. Swain switches that off. Rickett goes the other way with numbers. Almost walked.
Oh, it's
Stolen
steal.
by Yance. Now she comes the other way with her head down. Will she pull it back out? There's Ross, Hicks.
Who's going to be willing to take it?
We got a timeout, Swain.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I swear.
So I don't know what Coach Turner's got left, but
that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
20.6 remain. The Lady Devils now will be able to get Hicks and Collins back into this lineup. A 2 ties it. A 3 puts Swain ahead. At this juncture, I don't know what I'd go for if I were Coach Turner.
I think you got to take the best available open shot that you've got. I mean, if it's Taylor right there with a good look underneath, you got to take it. But at the same token, if you've got Lindsay out here, feet set, shoot, stroke it, let it go.
Yeah, the wall-off play on the side inbounds the previous time we threw it in would be a good look here too. But being able to go inside out is a good option too. Senior night, so You'd love to see one of the seniors knock that thing down and tie it up. But
yes, I would.
The bottom line is knocking it down somebody and tying it up.
Somebody, that's right.
Let's go extra session or whatever it takes here.
Man, you got to love these moments right here, though. If I'm Lindsey Hicks, man, a shooter, a scorer, this is the moment I live for right here.
Well, the Lady Devils with another gutsy performance here tonight, win, lose, or draw. They have battled the whole way. Smith's got it. Now it'll be man-to-man. Ricketts guards Hicks. Over to Smith. Look, shot on the way. It's off. Collins fights for it. She'll be called for the foul. So with 12.3, Hayesville will go back to the free throw line. It will be Michaela Anderson with a chance to stretch the Hayesville lead and actually put the first Hayesville points on the board in the fourth.
First ones of the fourth. And we got a great look down here, man. Sis had her feet set. Good look. Just didn't fall. But we still got time.
Now, I'll tell you what I like the most about, we may not get a chance to say it right here, about Taylor Collins down this stretch. She has gone after the rebound. She's not worried. She just goes after it. That one comes out. Jump ball.
Oh, she's rolling around with it.
Timeout, Hayesville.
Holy moly.
Timeout, Hayesville. So the defensive lineup comes in. It'll be a full timeout. Back to what I was saying about Taylor, because I think it's important. Some sophomores are timid in the moment. The last couple of rebounds that have gone up, she has gone up to get it.
Oh,
it's not one of those, I'm going to try. It was, I'm taking this rebound away, and it doesn't matter how I got to get it.
With a purpose. And if you know anything about her mom and dad, anything that Taylor and those kids have been taught throughout the years, it's going to be done with a purpose. It's going to be done with some tenacity.
Yeah. But that kind of grit is usually something you see out of seniors rather than sophomores. That competitiveness, I'm not going to let this ball fall. It's important. I've got to get this rebound. I'm going to get it.
It's ours. And she has 16 rebounds on the night.
And was close to having 17 right there.
Yes, she was.
So at this juncture, to set the stage for you, there are 9.3 seconds left. Hayesville will inbound from in front of their own bench. It will be Michaela Anderson to inbound it. They stack three together, and they get it in to the backcourt to Ricketts.
Got to get her. Got to foul her. You got to get her. You got to get her.
And it's down to 5. There's a foul. Patterson will go back to the line with 3.5 left. And let's see, Jade Patterson will have a shot. It'll be 2 free throws for Patterson. And she'll have a shot to ice this thing away with 3 seconds and no timeouts for Swain.
She missed her last one, though. Misses that one.
So Swain's got a shot. A 3 here would tie it at this juncture if she hits this one or win it. You got to figure that's about all they can get off at this juncture is a 3.
It's going to be a 3. But is it going to be a 3 for the win or a 3 for the tie? Let's see what Patterson does.
That's off.
It's off. And the clock's running. We're going to get a shot at it, Coach. Could it go? Oh my lands.
Lindsey Hicks' desperation 3 hits the side of the rim, and the Lady Devils fall in what was a brilliant ball game by both teams. It's a shame either had to lose, but it's a real shame our Lady Devils had to. Tremendous effort, a lot to be proud of. We said it time and time again. These Lady Devils continue to show heart and battle. It's been amazing the second half of the season they've had.
It's incredible to watch this bunch go at it. And you watch them, and you get a game where a team does not score 1 point in the fourth quarter, and we still can't pull it out. We just can't catch a break sometimes.
Yeah, we had several shots that just did not roll in.
That's right.
So we're going to have our senior ceremony for the guys coming up here. We'll have that live coming up as we wait to see if their parents are on hand yet to get things rolling. We only have 2 seniors for senior night for Coach Scotty McMahon and the Maroon Devils. Seth Parker and Briar Yantz will do those honors, and we will await them to come out and see which group's going to go first. And it looks to me like Yantz is going first. On my paperwork, it's Parker, so that just figures. No, we're good. We'll just keep rolling right here, Joe. Okay, well, cut it now. So welcome to Maroon Devil basketball as we get ready to honor seniors tonight on senior night here at Swain High School. And 2 seniors for the Maroon Devils. There were 4 for the Lady Devils. The Lady Devils just lost 50-48 in an absolute thriller. If you were here for that one, we appreciate you joining us tonight, being a part of the Maroon Devils Network and being a part of this senior night for these 2 young men who have been a huge part of the Swain High basketball program. I think we are ready now. We are, so we'll go with it. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, call your attention to the court as we honor our 2 senior Maroon Devils basketball players. First up, Mr. Seth Parker. Seth is escorted tonight by Brian and Jill Parker, Norma and Jerry McKinney, and his sister Kaylee. They live in the Franklin Grove community. In athletics at Swain High School in his 4 years, Seth has participated in basketball all 4 years, in football all 4 years. He plans to play college football at Carson Newman after graduation. In honors, he was an All-Smoky Mountain Conference selection in football. His fondest athletic memory is scoring 109 points at Rosman and dunking at Smoky Mountain. He would like to take this opportunity to thank Coach McMahon, Coach Bradley, Coach Stevenson, and his parents, Michaela, and Coach Blankenship. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Seth Parker. Next up, Mr. Briar Yance. Briar is escorted tonight by his parents, Cameron and Amanda Yance, and his sister, Ashton. They reside in the Wolftown community. In athletics at Swain High School, Briar has participated in basketball all 4 years, football all 4 years, and baseball 1 year. He is a 2-time All-Smoky Mountain Conference selection in football and an honorable mention All-Smoky Mountain Conference selection in basketball. He is 6th all-time in field goal percentage in a season, as well as 4th all-time in three-point percentage in a season. After graduation, he plans to attend West Virginia University to study engineering. His fondest athletic memory is winning the 2017 Smoky Mountain Conference Championship in basketball and beating Murphy this past year in football. He would like to take this opportunity to thank all of his coaches for all that they've done for him and his parents. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Briar Yance. It is my distinct pleasure to present the senior Maroon Devil basketball players, Seth Parker and Briar Yance. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our senior presentation for Briar and Seth before this ball game. We'll have warm-ups, and then Jeff, Joe, and I will be back with you for the call of this crucial Smoky Mountain Conference fair between Hayesville and Swain. Hello again, everyone. Toby Burrell and Jeff Marr here with you for the men's contest tonight between our Maroon Devils and the Hayesville Yellow Jackets. We're going to step away here and do starting lineups, and we'll be back with you for all of the game action. And now let's meet our starting lineups for tonight's men's contest. First, for our visitors from Hayesville High School, number 4, Hayden McClure. Number 5, Josh Cottrell. Number 10, Peyton Krieger. Number 20, Blake McClure. And number 21, Dalton Whitaker. And now for your Maroon Devils. At one guard, number 20, Jade Southerns. At forward, number 15, Jesse Waldrew. At center, number 12, Zeke Bradley. Your other forward, number 24, a senior, Seth Parker. And at guard, another senior, number 10, Briar Yance. So we are ready to go, Jeff. It should be a dandy here from Swain High School tonight. These Hayesville Yellow Jackets are second in the Smoky Mountain Conference, and they ride Mr. Josh Cottrell, who undoubtedly will be in the running for Smoky Mountain Conference Player of the Year.
Oh, my goodness, has to be. You look at this kid, 595 points thus far on the year, averaging 27 points. The kid can absolutely shoot the basketball.
He has made 81 three-point baskets on the season.
Wow.
And it would be an understatement to say he doesn't have a shot at making over 100 of those. Swain controls the tip. It'll be Southerns with it, working over on that wing. Yance with a long three. It's off the back iron. Waldrop tries for it and misses it. This Hayesville squad is a bunch of youngsters.
There's one of them, McClure.
And there's a three down from McClure. Cottrell, the senior, to the freshman. Southerns races ahead. It'll be a zone for the Jackets, who are very short-handed tonight. They normally boast a roster of about 15, but they are down to 7 healthy bodies tonight. The flu bug has really hit in Hayesville. And there's a long three-pointer by Southerns inside to Yance by Bradley, and Yance puts it in. 3-2 Jackets, 7-19 and counting. But the one man who doesn't have the flu has the ball right now. Yance will draw it, and there's the pass inside.
With a flex cut.
And Hayden McClure puts that one through. He lost his man. Yance on the wing, thought about it. McClure rushes it. Southerns works around. Yance has got it. Shot on the way.
It's going to be long.
And it's out. Cottrell with a rebound. He races ahead. He's got 2 on 4, pulls back, 3 on the way from Cottrell, and it's good.
Wow.
Yes, folks, he has that kind of range. 8-2 your score. Bradley with it up top inside to Parker. Parker fade away, and he's got that one. And, Jeff, it's worth note that over the last 4 games, Seth is averaging 17 and Briar 19 for these Maroon Devils.
2 seniors doing what they need to do.
So Yance has got Cottrell picked up. He's on the logo, which is his range. He's basically in range if he sets foot in the building, which he has done. Back out. Jackets work it, show that trademark patience. 3 on the way. That one's off. Yance with a rebound. He pulls it back out, thinks better of it. Now we'll walk it up. over to Bradley up top. It's a 1-2-2 zone for the Jackets. Bradley in the corner. He doesn't hesitate. 3 on its way. It's off. McClure with the rebound. He runs out of there with it all the way, lays it up and off, and the Devils fight for it, and it goes out of bounds off of them. Hayesville basketball. Timeout quickly by Coach Scotty McMahon. What has he seen, Jeff, that he doesn't like?
I think he's just frustrated with the effort. I mean, you got one kid here who by himself beats 4 of ours all the way back for basically an uncontested layup attempt. That's frustrating as a coach.
8-4 your score, 5:57 in the first period, just underway here from Swain High School. Pre-game ceremony, we honored Briar Yance and Seth Parker, 2 seniors who have been a part of this program all 4 of their years here at Swain.
Meant just so much to our athletic program as a whole, what all those kids have done. 2 quality kids, too, and that's probably the most proudest thing I am to say about those 2 kids. I mean, just phenomenal young men. They're going to go on to do great things.
Well, I think it speaks volumes of their effort to know that over these last 4 games, the Maroon Devils' back has been against the wall in terms of being able to qualify for the playoffs, and those 2 have upped their game to 17 and 19 points. So that says all you need to say about them in terms of, and there's Cottrell. That is his range, folks. There's a lot of people who shoot from those distances anymore. It seems to be the in vogue thing, but he makes them.
He can make them. And it's like we said earlier, I mean, that sucker puts in hours upon hours in the gym perfecting that craft.
So Parker from Bradley on the low block, 8-6 now your score, 5:38 and counting. Cottrell across court, passes it ahead. It's almost lost, saved, and that's a baseline drive thrown up wildly, and Waldrop with the rebound. That was Hayden McClure. 2 McClures on this Hayesville squad. No surprise there. Both are freshmen. Punched away down there by Cottrell. Parker tries to pick it up, but it's pulled out of there by Hayesville. Running ahead is McClure. A couple extra steps, maybe not called, and he scores. So Bradley will inbound it to Southards now. 10-6, 5:08 in this one. Swain with 9 players. Hayesville with 7, as we said. Bradley and now Yance with a 3 on the way.
Knocks it down.
Finds the range. Dial that one in. 10-9 now your score.
And Coach, we've hit 4 baskets, and Zeke has 4 assists.
Not surprising. He's taking on the role of point center.
Point center
for the Maroon Devils.
I like that.
Southards digs at that, forces a jump ball, and it will be Hayesville basketball.
You should trademark that. Never heard of point center.
So now to throw it in front of the Swain bench will be Blake McClure. He is a freshman, 5'10". He finds Hayden McClure with it. Back to Cottrell. Oh, beautiful no-look pass. I think Briar Yance got a piece of that. And we got a jump ball as that's tied up in there on Dalton Whitaker. And it will be Swain basketball, but what a beautiful pass by Cottrell. Josh Cottrell, in case you're wondering, has already committed to Western Carolina University. And that is a good fit for Josh. And we wish him all the well. Matter of fact, if he'd like to go ahead and enroll now, it'd be all right with us.
That's right. Tonight at halftime.
But I think he's a young man with a skill set that will be very conducive to Southern Conference play, if you want to know my honest opinion on it, which is not worth a dime, but there it is. No look off of Parker's shin, and now it will be McClure going the other way. It goes off of his shin, but he's able to save it. Back outside to the other McClure, and it's off. Bradley rebounds. It looks ahead, as we know he can, and Josh Cottrell playing free safety bats that one away. Yance has got it back. Mid-range jumper from the baseline off and rebounded. That first foul of the game, that rebound by Krieger.
It's on Seth.
It's on Parker inside. Subs at the table for the Jackets. It'll be their only 2, Shook and Cawthron. For the Maroon Devils, it'll be Vestal, who's going to get Waldrop. So Cottrell will bring it up now. The Jackets, of course, coached by Michael Cottrell. And now work it on the outside. That's Shook. Inside back to Cottrell on the outside to Cawthron. And now McClure backs it back out, sets it. Cottrell thought about it. Yance has him. Now he motions to set the offense. Back to the wing to McClure, who dribbles it around. Good no-look pass to the other McClure. Back outside, Cawthron, 3 up, 3 out. Parker with the rebound. He hands it off to Yance, who will shoot it up court to Southards. Inside to Bradley, punched away by Cottrell. And now he's being a coach on the floor to the younger team.
He'll probably make a dandy one of these days.
I'm sure he will. And that's a good inlet pass to Parker. Now Vestal with it. He improves himself. Goes inside and an and one to Seth Parker. Good pass by Vestal. And that foul, I believe, on Shook is the first on the Jackets tonight, and we'll send Seth Parker to the free throw line. So Parker very active here in the early going.
Knocks it down.
Has given the Devils their biggest lead of the night at 2 by the score of 12-10. 2:54 remaining, and Cottrell sets the Jackets offense, comes off the screen, moves his way around. McClure in the corner, 3 on its way, up and off, but there's an offensive rebound lost by the Jackets. Southern comes away with it, streaks into the front court behind his back over to Bradley up top. Bradley ball fakes over to Yance. Yance had a 3, didn't take it. Back to Vestal, he ball fakes, punches over to Bradley, good look. Bradley up and over, couldn't get it to go, and it punches out of there to McClure, who brings it up off the run. McClure into the front court, and that shot up, and the foul will be on Southards.
It's going to be Gage's first, team second.
So that will put Hayden McClure on the line for his first trip tonight. And a chance to tie it up. That hits the front iron. At the scorer's table is Blake McClure, who will be there for the shooter. Jesse Waldrop is going to get Seth Parker out at the 2:19 mark here in this first quarter. Good active first quarter by Seth. Has the Maroon Devils up by 2, and that rebound comes off, chased down over there by Cothran. And it will, or check that Krieger, and it'll be out of bounds off Waldrop. McClure returns for McClure, and now it will be Shook who will inbound it from right in front of the Swain water cooler. And that's thrown. Vestal intercepts it. He cuts across, punched out of there by Cottrell. Waldrop improves himself. Southern's up top. And that one's Yance. Clean look at a 3. Briar's got that back iron, no good. Pulled down by Krieger, and the Jackets will set up their offense now, trailing by 2. Cottrell behind the back works on Vestal. Over to Krieger. Back out to Cottrell. 3 on the way by Josh, and it is short. Pulled out of there by Waldrop. And he will hand it off to Southards, who will walk it up with 1:43 remaining in your first period. Waldrop to Yance. To Vestal. Vestal penetrates
nice
to
look by
Waldrop.
Bradley.
Good pass.
And knocks it down.
Knocks it down. So Swain now with their biggest lead of the night at 14-10. The Maroon Devils raced out to an 8-point lead at the Hive in Hayesville, and the Jackets come roaring back, but behind 5 consecutive 3-point shots.
Wow.
4 of which were Josh Cottrell. That one's poked out of there, and Yance comes away with it. Cottrell on Yance. Yance puts his shoulder down ahead to Bradley. Now Cottrell picks him up. Bradley backs his way in. Nice spin move. No luck on the charge, trying to draw that by Cottrell. And it's a 6-point Maroon Devil lead. We're under a minute to play. McClure works on the wing and gets Southards. Now passes over. 3 on the way from the corner. That one is no good, and that will be against Jesse Waldrop.
Jesse's first.
Hunter Call at the scorer's table for the Maroon Devils, and into the game is Dalton Whitaker for the Jackets as they continue to rotate players with the short bench to keep everybody fresh. 49.7 remaining in this first period of play. And McClure with it out on the wing, waits for Cottrell. Somebody lost Josh Cottrell, and that's not the guy you want to lose. He misses it. Yance rips the rebound down, and a foul on Peyton Krieger for the Jackets. Quickly off the bench is McClure. He'll not get to the table in time. And now we'll back it back out, and yes, he will. So McClure for Krieger, and the Devils will inbound the ball. Waldrop to Vestal. Yance is in the corner. Call on this wing. Bradley works the high post. 3 on the way from Yance. Deep 3, and Cottrell pulls that one down and looks the other way. Pushes the tempo. Kicks to the corner. 3 on the way from McClure, and it's good. So Cottrell not being as active scoring-wise as they may be used to, but he's sure finding open looks for his
Yes,
teammates.
he is.
Call with the left hand, goes hard to the hole, flips it up wildly, and it's pulled out of there by McClure. He had the other McClure open but chose against it, and we're down to 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. McClure spot shot, and it is off. So that's going to do your first quarter of play, and the Maroon Devils are going to come away with a 16-13 lead. And so we're back here for second quarter action. The second 8 minutes will get away in just a minute. But, Jeff, this playoff situation, we touched on a little bit in the girls' game. We'll touch on it a little bit throughout this game. These Hayesville Yellow Jackets right now sitting pretty comfortably in second place in the Smoky Mountain Conference. This game tonight actually does it for their conference run. So they should finish second without any difficulties, which will get them automatically into the playoffs. These Maroon Devils sit one game below 500 right now, which puts them precariously in that slot. They're 9-10, and still with this one and 3 more to go after that.
Yeah, must wins.
Yeah, at this juncture, that's a fact. That one fumbled away by McClure. Southards comes the other way, goes to his right, whips it around off of Bradley's hands, and Waldrop has it inside to Parker, who's back in the game. Shot by Parker is good. So the Maroon Devils 18-13 leaders now. McClure work it up top.
Ooh, that's a carry. They got him.
Got it. So Swain will inbound the ball here at the 7:27 mark. We'll give you a little bit more on that playoff picture as it stands today here in just a little while. And Maroon Devils work it against this zone on the outside. Bradley looks at Parker inside all the way across court. Southards clean look at it. Back iron no good. Parker and Cothran fight for it. McClure with a wild shot. Misses it. Rebound over there by Whitaker. He's back out.
Uh-oh.
Cottrell with a 3 on the way. That one doesn't go either. Punched by Waldrop. Saved by Whitaker. Back to Cottrell again, and he tries to kick that one into Whitaker. It looked like it was kicked, and I believe that's what they've got out here. It was called Swain basketball, but to be honest with you, it looked like it was kicked.
It was kicked, yeah.
And so it will be inbounded by Hayesville underneath their own goal. We're under 7 now, 6:50 remaining. Cottrell's going to come off a couple of screens here and look for a shot. He kicks it back around to McClure. McClure, who's hit that shot a couple of times, misses it. Parker with a rebound. Looks ahead, but nobody there. Now Southards will bring it up. And it'll be Yance on the wing. Back up top to Parker. Puts it on the floor. Southards over at the Devils logo. Finds Bradley inside. He works. And they fight on that.
Come on now.
So Bradley will be assessed his first personal. And it will be Hayesville basketball, 6:22 in the second period of play. Josh Cottrell brings it into the front court, calls out the play. He finds Cothran on the wing, back over to McClure, back to Cottrell, who's double-teamed out of his hands. McClure with a shot, it's off. Southards punches at it. Now it'll be Parker who picks it up. Fires it under to Southards, who races back to the three-point line to Yance. Yance's shot is up and off. Bradley with a rebound, tries to gather himself, does. One-hander rolls for Zeke. And it's 20-13 now in favor of the Maroon Devils. Parker comes out in an attempt to put some pressure. That ball stolen by Bradley. Finds Yance, and we got a foul right there on the floor on Cottrell. That will wave the bucket off.
My lands.
And both benches looking puzzled at the call. It will be on Cottrell, his first. But it will wipe out a Briar Yance layup and give Swain the ball underneath. Parker with it. Parker three on the way, and it's off. Cottrell with a rebound. Parker takes a swipe at it, but Cottrell brings it up with his left hand, controlling his dribble. Now brings it up off the side. Works against Seth Parker on the logo, and that one's fumbled away inside, and it will be Zeke Bradley who gets it. The foul will be on Brady Shook.
Nice defense down here by Seth Parker. Shook.
Yep.
Number 2.
So Bradley inbounds to Southers. We're almost to the 5-minute mark here in this one, and Swain has outscored the Jackets 4-0 in this quarter. Waldrop looks for Parker, tries to get it to him, finds him open, gets it. He's fouled, but no call. Cottrell with another rebound. He may end up with a triple-double tonight before it's over with. It's on its way. 3 from Cothran, no good. McClure's got it up top against Parker. Now he'll be double-teamed by Bradley, and a jump ball forced by Zeke Bradley, but it will be Hayesville basketball. Check that, Swain basketball.
Swain basketball.
So a good possession there by the Maroon Devils. Southern's now into the front court. And it's stolen by the Jackets. McClure works his way into the front court. Back out to Cottrell. 3 on the way from Josh, and it is off. Good pass in there by McClure, and Southern's was called with a foul. Going to send Brady Shook to the line.
Gage is second.
Bradley Vestal is at the scorer's table, probably for Southern's, with that second foul, and Shook at the line makes the first. Vestal is in, call is in, and timeout Swain. It's going to be 30
seconds.
So that'll give us a chance to, again, reboot and reset what's going to happen over the next couple of days. Home tomorrow for Rosman. You can join us here on Maroon Devils Network for that one. Blue Ridge on Monday away, and then Murphy on Tuesday. Then the Smoky Mountain Conference Tournament should begin on Thursday, Friday, Saturday for first-round games in that one. And the Maroon Devils will travel to Murphy to participate in that conference tournament. Worth noting again that if one of the top 2 teams, in this case being Cherokee and Hayesville, don't win that tournament, someone else does, that team will get an automatic bid into the playoffs as well. So the Maroon Devils could earn an automatic spot by winning the conference tournament.
And that could happen.
It can.
It can happen. Once you get in those tournaments, anything in the world can happen. We see that every March.
Shook with a second one, and that one's good as well. So Shook makes both free throws to cut it to a 5-point Maroon Devil lead. Vestal over to Bradley. Bradley to Waldrop against the zone. And alley-oop almost to Bradley, who's fouled from behind by McClure. That foul on the freshman.
Number 2, Cothran.
Oh, it was on Cothran.
Yeah.
So Zeke Bradley will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Bradley's first is good. And you made a point of saying, when you and I were talking about Josh Cottrell earlier, of nobody knows how much time he puts in the gym. Well, when I strolled through today, Zeke Bradley was here early shooting free throws.
Yes, he was. I saw him here early this morning, too.
And he made those 2. He was out here by himself shooting free throws for a good extended period of time. And now it'll be a 1-4 set by the Jackets. Here comes Cottrell back around. And there's a block.
Ooh, boy.
Seth Parker.
It's going to be Seth's second.
Hunter Call at the scorer's table. He's got Bradley. And 4:09 remains in the second quarter of play. That ball thrown off of Waldrop. And it will be Hayesville ball again. 4 minutes, 9 seconds remain. That one's inbounded to Cottrell, who works against Vestal out front. Parker was coming with a double team, and Cottrell shoots a floater. It doesn't go. Yance with a rebound, stumbles, maintains his dribble, and moves into the front court now. They'll half-court trap. That one's batted by McClure, but Waldrop saves it. He kicks it to Yance over on the wing. To Waldrop, Vestal over on this wing. Vestal penetrates, throws it up against the defense, no foul. And now Josh Cottrell comes this way unguarded. Vestal now picks him up. Parker pokes at it but doesn't get it underneath.
Nice look.
And a good pass in there to Shook. Again from Cottrell. We're not keeping his assists or rebounds, but I'd about be willing to bet he's going to be close to a triple-double before the night's over. Waldrop to Call on the wing. Call takes it rotated back up and around. Yance clean three on the way.
Knocks it down.
Breyer knocks that one down, making it 25-17 in favor of the Maroon Devils, who have now ballooned this lead to 8. Cottrell works against Vestal, kicks it to the corner, back up top to Cawthron, over to the wing to McClure. To the corner to McClure. That one's off the top of the backboard. Yance with the rebound. He steams the other way, finds Call. Call misses the point-blank shot, poked out of there after the Parker missed, and Hayesville comes away with it. McClure three on the way, and it's good by McClure that time. So back to 5 now, 25-20.
That's going to be backcourt violation.
And Zeke Bradley has been out long enough. He'll check back in for the Maroon Devils. And we've got Jackets sub coming in. It will be Whitaker for Shook.
You can rest assured the Mike Cottrell coach team is not going to panic.
Nope.
It don't matter what lead we get. They're going to keep steady, do what they do, and be fundamentally sound doing it.
McClure off the dribble with a shot up, and it's off. Waldrop's got it. He goes behind his back, maintains his dribble. Now he'll work against the 1-3-1. Pass and cut to Vestal. Vestal works on Cottrell over on that wing, goes all the way across court to Call. Back to the corner to Waldrop. Surprised they did not trap Waldrop. And again, Yance with a clean look at a three. Bradley with a rebound. Steams his way back in, clears himself out. And he'll get 2 shots out of that, as the foul will be on Dalton Whitaker. And Zeke Bradley goes back to the line, and quite frankly, it's good to see Zeke get one of those calls.
It is. You know, I started to say not because he's ours, but that time, that was good, great call. And the kid's feet weren't set. Good call.
So often we see that go against Zeke, though.
Yes, you're exactly right.
And so it's kind of good to see him get that call. He misses the first free throw, however. So we're under 2 minutes before the half, and Bradley will get a second attempt here for his troubles. This one is up and good. Vestal with token pressure on Cottrell in the backcourt. And now he will walk him across half court, hand it off to McClure. McClure hands to McClure. Now Cottrell back, and it fumbled out of bounds. It will be Swain basketball, 1:35 remaining, 6-point Swain lead. And now Vestal will bring it up against the 1-3-1. Back to Waldrop, over to Yance on the wing. Yance looks inside to Bradley, but no to go. Vestal pushes it back. That one punched out of there. Zeke comes out of it there with it somehow and bounces it off of Dalton Whitaker, and it will be Swain basketball. And the Vestal pass is pulled out of there by Cottrell, and he will bring it the other way with just a few ticks over a minute remaining in this one. He goes by Vestal, posts himself, and makes that one over Waldrop. Scorers can score in a variety of ways.
Yes, they can. And, you know, I know his thought process right now is try to get a couple of easy ones.
Bradley works, Call in the corner, set shot three on the way, and there's a rebound poked out of there by Cawthron, and he finds Cottrell under 50, and they're going to clear a side of the court for Cottrell here as he works against Vestal, hands it back off to McClure, and now he gets a switch, three on him. They go inside to Whitaker, and he drops that one home. Just another assist by Cottrell, though, and it's a 2-point Swain lead at 30 seconds remaining before the half. So Vestal works against McClure. He finds Call on the wing. Call thought about it. Finds Bradley. Bradley to Yance on the cut. And Yance has got that one to go. So good give and go by Bradley to Yance. And Breyer with another bucket. Zeke with another assist.
That was a foul on. You see that?
2, I believe.
Number 2.
And that will send Yance to the line. And the Maroon Devils is one shot. Bradley's the only one who realized it. Gets the rebound, goes underneath the Vestal, who lays it in. So a 4-point play,
Wow.
2 assists and a rebound for Zeke Bradley. Cottrell works, finds Whitaker. Whitaker's fadeaway is off at the buzzer. And the Maroon Devils are going to take a 6-point lead into the half, 30-24 over the Jackets. So we are 30-24 at the half in favor of the good guys. As second half action getting ready to get underway. And, Jeff, this playoff situation is a murky situation for everybody involved because nobody really knows how it's going to be handled in that, first off, there's only 48 teams eligible,
yes.
Which is a reduction. And then you get into the fact that it's based a lot on where – doesn't matter where you finish in conference. It only matters about your winning percentage and your rank in the Max Preps super secret ranking.
Super secret rankings. That's right. And nobody really understands how those rankings come about. It's just a big mystery to everybody.
They won't tell.
No.
The High School Athletic Association did find out after football season that they were using score
yes.
as part of that process. They did not like that, which I commend them for.
Yes.
That helps protect the integrity of the game.
Absolutely.
And make sure that you're not going out to beat teams that are trying to build something by 100 if you can, and that's just not right.
No.
So there's a lot of mystery involved in that, but right now we know that our Maroon Devils are on the second page of the 3 pages of rankings, and that's not a real good place to be. But these Maroon Devils really need to win, in my estimation, 3 of these next 4.
Yeah, got to get 3 of these next 4. This is a big one here starting tonight. Got the lead, second half underway.
So the Jackets with the ball first, and they work it on the outside. Inside to McClure, back out, and a good ball movement, which you would expect from a Hayesville team. And we got a foul on Southards. No.
15.
Waldrew.
Jesse, his second.
And that'll be 2 shots. I didn't see that as a shooting foul, but okay. So to the line will go Blake McClure. And his first one is good.
Gets a friendly roll.
He does. And now he will shoot a second one to pull the Jackets within 4.
Hits them both.
And as you noted in the halftime as we were talking off camera, these Jackets are reeling a little bit over their last 5 games.
Yeah, they've lost 2 of their last 4 to Cherokee and then a big one to Robbinsville the other night. So we've got them in a pretty good spot because right now they might be kind of doubting themselves just a little bit.
And remember, this is a team that has battled not only basketball but the flu. Nice save by Southards, but Cottrell comes back to rake that one down and gets himself closer to that triple-double. Of course, we also had that Zeke Bradley is on pace for that as well. McClure step back 3 on the way. Bradley fights for it, pulls that rebound down from Whitaker in there. Now he will bring it up himself and looks inside. Finds Waldrop in the corner. Waldrop goes inside to Parker's. Cottrell adds a steal to his resume. Now he'll come down. Yance picks him up, and we got a carry call on Cottrell. Timeout, Swain. Coach Scotty McMahon not at all pleased with the way this third quarter has unfolded, so he's going to take time right here and talk about it right out of the chute.
Well, he's just like we are. He knows what a big spot this is. He knows he's got these guys on the ropes a little bit. And anything less than great effort right now, he's going to call them on it, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to keep this thing going.
The 2 automatic spots, as we get back to playoff talk, the 2 automatic spots as of tonight would go to Cherokee and to Hayesville. We don't see a whole lot changing that. But there is that magic spot if you win the tournament.
There is that magic spot. And like we said earlier, that's going to happen. It can happen in this tournament. Anytime you have a single elimination, just kind of let your hair down, go play. Strange things happen. And it can happen this year as well, and hopefully for us.
Well, I'll tell you one other good piece of news that came out last night. Our Marine Devil wrestling team ended their dual team season. But what a season it was for Coach Adam Jaimez and his troops. Just a phenomenal job. By all accounts, they gave a gritty, tough, Maroon strong performance down there against the Black Knights last night. But come out the short end by 8 points, and that is just a tremendous job. We want to congratulate them on that season that they had as a team, and now they will go into their individual season where the individual wrestlers, Bradley with that one, he finds Waldrop again, and that's a foul going to be whistled on Whitaker there. But to continue that thought on wrestling, they will now move into the individual phase of that where individual state championships are decided. First you'll go to the regional, so forth and so on. So we'll keep you updated on those occurrences on the Maroon Devils Network, so be sure and tune into that down the stretch as we update you all along on that. But hats off to those folks, and kudos on a great season.
Took another step this year. I mean, it's not as big a one as he wanted to take, but he took it. And you look middle school-wise, it's Robbinsville Swain. I mean, it's going to be this way for the next several years. So, big things in wrestling.
Well, the thing about it is they had a multitude of dadgum wrestlers out there in middle school and the varsity level.
We had over 30 in the middle school, almost 35.
So that's growing a program, that's for sure. Bradley on the give and go. Cottrell backs away, and Zeke lays it in. No call. 33-26 now, 6 minutes remaining in this one. And it will be Yance against Cottrell. And they work their motion offense. The Jackets will always, as long as Michael Cottrell is coaching, be a very disciplined, organized basketball club. And they show that by working that. A good open shot by McClure. He doesn't knock it down. Makes you almost wonder, Jeff, how much practice time these Yellow Jackets have got in with all the illness that they've had this week.
That's exactly right.
Southers rattles out a three, and that one's saved right to Bradley. Bradley spins and lays that in. So Zeke becoming active on the offensive glass now as he coasts towards a triple-double himself. Leads the team in assists, leads the team in rebounds, and third on the team now in scoring. Cottrell guarded now by Bradley. Find it to him back outside. Cottrell three on the way. It's front, no good. And Waldrop's going to pick up his third as that rebound by Krieger he is fouled on it as he goes up for the shot. Vestal off of the Swain bench to check in. I would assume for Waldrop, and yes, that is the case. That's correct. 5 minutes and some change left in the third quarter now. It's 35-26 in favor of our Maroon Devils. McClure in the corner with a look. Parker's got him. He throws that one to Cottrell, intercepted by Yance, who plays a great free safety. We knew that already.
He's done that a few times. Big
Yance,
shot.
Long three, and he's off, but there's Zeke. Zeke dumps inside to Parker. Parker pump fakes
and the
banks
assist.
It home. So Parker again with a bucket. It's an 11-point lead now. And Cottrell comes off of the screen. Yance pokes that away as Shook comes with a dribble trying to feed Cottrell on the wing. So now Blake McClure will inbound it for the Jackets. Yance goes down.
Oh, that's going to be backcourt. So things coming unhinged just a little bit here for Hayesville.
So Yance with it, works on the wing, and Parker tries to go inside, but they're zoning Parker up to try to limit the damage that he does. Bradley goes all the way across court to Vestal. Vestal's shot is short. He gets his own rebound. Tries to go baseline, bounces it off his own shin. It will be Hayesville basketball. So it remains an 11-point lead with 4:20 remaining in this one. Remember, in earlier action at the Hive, the Maroon Devils had a pretty stellar 8-point lead that they saw evaporate within a span of about 4 minutes behind the hot shooting of Cottrell. McClure, deep three in corner, and he nails that one.
And there'll be a timeout on the court.
And I think Coach Michael Cottrell has seen some things that he wants to adjust, and they'll take a moment to do that. Worth pointing out, Jeff, here's a little trivia knowledge I'm sure you know because I think we talked about it off the air one night. Record for most points scored against a Maroon Devil basketball team by an individual.
He's standing right down there coaching the Hayesville Yellow Jackets, if my memory serves me correct.
You are correct. Michael Cottrell scorched us for 45 one night.
45.
When he was playing for Doug Clemens at Cullowhee High School.
So that was all 2-pointers?
Oh, yep, it was.
All twos
right.
and free throws, so makes it even more special.
But he was a heck of a player, and they had a heck of a team that year because it was him and his brother.
Oh, law.
And Doug Clemens coached that team to a Smoky Mountain Conference championship. The interesting side note of that is Todd Cottrell scored 41, I think, in the meeting before we played them. The second time, Michael scored 45.
Oh, wow. Must be nice to have two potential 40-point scorers on a team.
And there they go, inside. Good pass by Southards, and Parker does his thing. That's an emerging weapon that will give teams problems in the tournament and in the playoffs because of the short prep time that you get for your opponent. The emergence, not the emergence, but Seth Parker getting more looks inside.
The young freshmen are carrying the Jackets right now, McClure.
It's a defensive switch by the Jackets. Bradley steps his way through and lays that one home, and it stays 41-32. They go inside to Krieger. Krieger has it tipped by Southard. Southard will get called for the foul. Check that, Shook. So Shook will go to the line as Cottrell sets up his defense now that he obviously wanted to change to try to eliminate something the Maroon Devils were doing. That shot back irons and good for Shook. And it's 41-33 now at the 3:11 mark. And into the ball game for McClure will be Cothran. And the second shot coming for Brady Shook. Shook, who is a freshman, one of their vaunted freshman class. And now Bradley will inbound to Southards, and let's see what this defense is. It looks like partial half-court trap, maybe?
I believe it is. It's like a 1-2-2 half-court trap.
Back over to Vestal. Swain moving the ball well. Vestal penetrates, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Two of those drawn by Josh Cottrell so far.
You're not going to pull that on Josh, and as a dribbler, you can't go into the lane with your head looking down at the ground. You're going to make that call every single time.
Those are the ones you got to kick back out to the open threes.
Got to kick it out.
And now the Jackets will bring it up with a chance to cut this lead even deeper of the Maroon Devils. Cottrell into the front court. Parker and Yance will pick him up. As Yance, as Cottrell dances, they go to double team. They kick it inside, and a nice job by the Jackets taking advantage of the Swain defense. Nice pass,
look.
and there's a foul. Great dump off by Briar Yance, who we said time and time again is an awesome high school basketball passer. And he finds Parker. Parker's fouled on the play, goes back to the free throw line. And that one is
man, what a good look for Seth here shooting these free throws the last couple games.
He has been much improved from the free throw line from early in the season. Back at the scores table is Dalton Whitaker for the Jackets. Parker hits both of those. Whitaker will enter the game. He has got Shook. And now Swain, 43-36 with 2:35 remaining in the third period.
Seth up to 15 points.
Cottrell into the front court now. Another big night for Parker. We said he leads the team over the last 4 games with 19 points a game and shooting right at 59% doing it. Nice play run for Cottrell. That one's down and out. Parker rips the rebound. And now Swain will bring it up against the trap. Southards penetrates. Goes all the way through to Parker. Nice look. Missed it, but there's Bradley. Bradley improves himself. Jump hook short. Parker misses it, and that one's tipped out of bounds by Whitaker and will remain Swain basketball. So 3 cracks at it on the offensive glass by the Twin Towers of Bradley and Parker inside. They're beginning to see some of the fruition.
Nice move
of the expectations at the start of the year between those two.
Yes, sir.
And I don't think there's any coincidence or lack of correlation to the fact that Seth's explosion point-wise has come since he stopped wearing his knee brace.
Yeah, absolutely. Gives him the freedom and just the mental probably thing to feel like he can move and jump and do all those things better.
Yeah, it's just confidence of him growing into himself and getting reps on the court. Cottrell works his way inside, dumps it to the corner, shot on the way, and that's good from Dalton Whitaker. So Cottrell continues to fuel his team's offense. But the defensive end, the Jackets having a hard time getting stops, and Zeke Bradley, a good person out of that trap to see above it. And that one out of bounds, but saved by Cottrell. He comes back to the ball as you would expect a good point guard to do, and there's a block by Parker. You knew that was coming at some point. They had flirted with it all night. So Blake McClure back into the game.
3 fouls on Seth.
And there's a 30-second timeout by Coach Michael Cottrell, who, to be honest with you, I believe is just trying to find a defense to stop the Maroon Devils.
He is. We're doing a phenomenal job right now swinging the ball cross court and finding that open man there in the lane, which for the last few times has been Seth Park. But you've also got Zeke Bradley doing just a yeoman's work down there on the boards and doing everything they can. You got Seth with 15 points. I'm looking at Zeke here. He's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 points. So, I mean, there's your production.
Double figures, blocks, or rebounds and assists.
Yes.
So I think the trouble that the Trap is having for the Jackets is Zeke is too tall and Breyer is too tall. They're able to throw over the Trap, and it's not giving them any trouble. So that creates 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s. And when you get someone like Seth Parker in an advantage like that, you're going to score.
You're going to score, and that's great targets to be able to throw the basketball to.
So Yance will pick up. Now they're going to run Cottrell off some screens, and Vestal runs through a screen. He'll be whistled for the foul as he fouls Cothran trying to run through the screen. You had to wonder at what point they would try to run Josh off of several screens to spring him open. And it looks like that time has arrived. And that goes in. It's caught by Whitaker, and Whitaker will now set the offense. Cottrell goes back door off of Vestal and makes that bucket.
Heady play by a senior. Overplay, back door.
Yance open. Bradley all the way across court to Southard's. 3 on the way from Gage. It rolls around and out. Cottrell with yet another rebound. He's got 2 to beat. He does. Pushes it ahead to the corner to McClure. 3 on the way.
So that kid don't hesitate.
And they are back to within 2, Jeff, at this point, 45-42. Yance 3 doesn't hesitate. It's short. Rebounded out of there. Lost it to Parker. Parker has it blocked by Cottrell. And a foul call. That'll be Cottrell's 3rd. And he's the one man that Hayesville cannot afford to lose. They would rather give up a layup than him even chance a foul at this juncture. Parker back to the line with a chance to extend this Swain lead to 4. And he's short on the first one, so the Jackets with a chance to tie or take a lead here at the 13-second mark of the third quarter. Parker's second one, it is off.
Gets
and
the roll.
Rolls in. So now McClure will bring it up. Cottrell will work against Vestal in the corner. He goes off of 2 screens, 3 screens.
6.
And they hand it off to him. He rotates around. 3 on the way. He's knocked down on the 3, no call. The Hayesville crowd incredulous as it looked like he was fouled on that, no call. But the Maroon Devils will leave the third quarter with a 46-43 lead over the Jackets. And we've got 8 to go in what has been an exciting game so far as the Jackets and Maroon Devils are engaged in a Smoky Mountain Conference war here. And we need to remind you that the Maroon Devils and Lady Devils will have their final home game of the season tomorrow night. And you need to come out and check out all the action if you're in the Bryson City area and can. If not, it'll be live here on the Maroon Devils Network, so you can check us out here in the last home game of the season. Maroon Devils, a big quarter. That one was to Waldrop, but Parker got a hand on it, and it will be Hayesville basketball. Peyton Krieger at the scores table. He has got Hayden McClure out, and that's a good thing for the Maroon Devils because McClure was red hot in the third. And now it'll be Cottrell who will reset the Hayesville offense. And it's just a standard motion. And they go back up top, batted out of there. Waldrop kicks it ahead to Bradley, dumps it. And it's knocked out of bounds by Peyton Krieger.
Like to have seen Zeke just going up to the rim with that one, man. Put it in.
Coach McMahon would have too.
Yeah, he about lost his gum. Nice inbounds play. Oh, no.
Southard's again, he's off, and that's a dugout. It's going to be on Southard's. And 7:28 remains in this one. I believe that's Southern's fourth.
It is. That's 4 on Gage.
And out comes Southern's as well as Whitaker. And we are obviously in the 1-1 at this juncture. So to the line will be Peyton Krieger. He will have 1-1. First one is good. Another trademark of Hayesville teams, Jeff, is they shoot free throws extremely well.
You read my mind. I was about to say the same exact thing.
Not sure how they do it, but they do it.
Oh, that's a violation.
So the Devils will inbound with a 2-point advantage here at 7:28 mark. Almost swiped out of there by the Jackets. Vestal saves it, now keeps his dribble alive, goes all the way to the hole, lays it up and in, got that one to roll, and extends the Maroon Devils lead to 4. Cottrell into the front court on the left-hand side, works back over to the right against Bradley Vestal. Calls the play. His teammates go flat on the baseline, and he whips it over around to McClure, kicks it back outside, all the way back out. Cottrell 3 on the way. That one is off. Josh Cottrell, who averages 27 a game, is having one of those nights that as a scorer you have sometimes.
Yep, he's got 7 points on the night, but I tell you, with 6 minutes to go, that could be 20 before you know it.
Absolutely. And for the record, Yellow Jacket fans, that puts Josh over the 600-point mark on the season at 602, at least unofficially. And that's saying something in and of itself to score 600 points in a season.
Oh, nice read by Zeke. Well, Zeke felt that curl around coming and almost had him.
And that was blocked. It's on Vestal.
Be Bradley's third
shot. A little exchange there between Bradley and Cottrell. Those things worry me a little bit. You don't want to wake up a guy who scored 27 a game.
No, you don't.
That may be bad news, if he decides, okay. Yeah, it's personal all of a sudden.
There's one guy in a black uniform you just keep your mouth shut to, and that's Cottrell.
So Jackets back to 3. Now they extend to full court pressure. Vestal's got it on the wing, kicks it ahead to Parker. Parker triple team and throws it away. Now the Jackets a chance to tie or pull to within 1. McClure weaves his way along. Cottrell takes it, kicks it to the corner
There's
to McClure.
Kid.
He's off with that one, and Parker with a rebound on the run. Tries to throw it out. McClure steals it, then kicks it off his foot. Scrum at midcourt, and we got over and back call on the Jackets, which will give Swain the basketball. They're going to dry the wet spot.
Yeah.
The argument was that Hayesville did not have control of the ball. I would argue the same thing if it was Swain.
I think I would too.
I'm not sure what the direct call on that is, but that's exactly what I would be arguing too, is that we had lost possession of the ball, so it couldn't be backcourt. But the backcourt is the call. It looks like the Jackets are still in the trap as they've lined up that way. Now Swain will line up in a straight line across from you. Vestal will inbound it. He kicks it to Bradley all the way to Waldrop underneath. Waldrop goes back across to Bradley. He looks at Parker, penetrates, a lot of contact, no call. Bradley with a rebound and lays it in.
Zeke. Wow.
It's amazing how much better this Maroon Devils team is when Zeke gets to play.
Yes, it is. Totally different bunch.
McClure improves his position. 3 on the way. It's off. Rebounded by McClure. Blocked by Yance and Bradley. That foul will go against Yance as Bradley had the clean one. So that will send Hayden McClure to the line. 5:36 if you're wondering about time. So it's lots of time left. And Hayden McClure will have a pair to his credit here. And he misses the first one.
And he's 0 for 3 on the night.
The end of the ball game is Cothran. He's going to get McClure, the other McClure, that's Blake, out of the game. Hayden will have another free throw here to pull back to within 4. That one is good. Bradley will inbound. Hayesville will extend to full court with pressure, and they have forced a turnover. Cottrell with the ball. Ball fakes, proves inside, dumps it off, back outside to Cawthorn. Cottrell now with it on a string, works against Bradley, steps back, is fouled, and will go to the line for 3 free throws, and the foul will be on Seth Parker.
Be his 4th at the 5:25 mark of the 4th quarter.
Isn't it amazing how great three-point shooters can draw that foul when they're not on?
Absolutely.
When they're really struggling from three-point, they seem to be able to draw that foul. And it's a foul. I mean, that was a legitimate foul on Seth Parker. But it's amazing to me how they do it night in and night out. It's always the great ones.
So with the thought process being of, hey, man, I'm struggling. Let's get to this free throw line. If I can put 3 of these down in a row, you better watch out because it might be on.
And I guarantee you when he went up for that shot, he had every intention to make it a 4-point play.
Oh, absolutely.
To make
That's
that
what you're thinking.
Get fouled, but he was thinking of getting fouled.
Yes, he was. And he had in the back of his mind, towards the end of the 3rd quarter, he almost had the same exact call, but he got away with it that time. But
so when we return to action here, the Maroon Devils will have a 4-point lead, but Josh Cottrell will have 3 free throws to his credit here. And more importantly, perhaps from the Swain perspective, Seth Parker has 4 fouls.
Yes.
And Parker has been instrumental in this ball game for the Maroon Devils.
Holy cow. He's got 16 points, 6 big rebounds.
It is safe to say that he and Bradley have pretty much dominated the interior paint area all night long. And Cottrell, no surprise, makes the first free throw. And now we'll have 2 more. And that one is good as well.
Not even hitting the rim. Looking to get to double digits with this one.
So it'll be a 1-point lead when he makes that one, and he does. And now Yance will inbound it, or try. He finds Bradley. Bradley will walk it up. Double team coming. He goes behind the back, loses it to Vestal in the front court. Vestal now puts his head down, goes, shot up, and it falls for Bradley Vestal. So back to 3 for the Maroon Devils. Cottrell into the front court now. Vestal will pick him up at the Devil logo. Cottrell comes across, almost steps over the line. They feed it to him down low. Bradley comes to double team. He goes back up top with it. And now they rotate the ball to the other side. And it goes back out to Cawthorn, back to Cottrell. Now double teamed at the top. He goes around. Floater against Yance is no good, but a rebound underneath, kicked back outside. Cottrell's got the 3 this time on the way. And out
gets the roll.
So it's tied at 52. Bradley all the way into the front court to beat the trap. He tries to throw it through the double team, and it gets raked. No foul called, and now Cottrell into the front court against Vestal. Pulls up, shot on the way. It's good. Cottrell gives the Jackets the lead, 54-52. Vestal into the front court. Trap coming. He backs his way back out of it, and we got a push foul on Peyton Krieger. The Jackets have taken their first lead of this ball game. Gage Southard's off the Swain bench. He has got Seth Parker. And back into the game is Blake McClure for Hayden McClure for the Jackets. No, check that. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Uh-oh.
Swain inbounds. Hayesville almost had a technical, but the official did not see it. All the way back out to Yance. Deep 3 by Breyer. On its way back, Iron Vestal rebounds it. Walks. Is called for it, and the Jackets have the ball at the 4:05 mark. Cottrell, for the record, has scored 8 straight.
He's got 8 straight. He's basically hit 5 shots in a row with the 3 free throws, the 3, and then that 2.
And now he will control the ball into the front court against Bradley Vestal. 4 minutes as he passes off to Blake McClure, who works against Waldrop. McClure works his way back around. There's Hayden McClure, ripped out of there by Waldrop, jump ball.
It's going to stay Hayesville.
That was a good call, though. Good job by Jesse Waldrop to rip that one away. It will be Hayesville ball, inbounded by Blake McClure in front of the Hayesville bench. He looks to go deep with it, does. Cottrell controls it now. He'll pass it back to McClure. They're going to run Cottrell off some screens, try to open him up. McClure will take it to him. There he is. He ball fake. They call him for a walk.
Wow, that's a big call. 3:41 to go. Hayesville up 2. Maroon Devil basketball.
Cottrell was visible in his objection to the call, and that delighted the Swain fans. But again, I almost feel like you're playing with fire. Bradley with a 3. It's short, but there's Vestal with a rebound and lays it in.
Tie ball game.
Tied again. 3:23 and counting. Cottrell works against Vestal into the paint. Floater is good. Cottrell now with 10 straight points for the Jackets. Yance waits for the trap and then punches it ahead to Southern. Southern goes all the way to the bucket and is called for an offensive foul as Josh Cottrell is set. And Southern just fouled out of this ball game.
Pretty sure that's going to be number 5. I think. Yep, that is number 5.
Subs waved in. It'll be Parker in. It'll also be Peyton Krieger back for Mark Cothran. And Hayesville inbound the ball. They have a 2-point lead at this juncture. Cottrell into the front court, calls the play. Vestal still with the responsibility of Cottrell. Cottrell backs him off. Bradley runs at him. Corner, there's McClure again. He shoots it long. They can't hold on to it, and that one is kicked by Waldrop. And it will be Hayesville ball out underneath. Nice try by Vestal. Cottrell to inbound. He kicks it in to Shook.
Back off the screen.
Fading, falling out of bounds.
Holy cow, Coach.
13 straight?
Yep.
And they lead by 5. Waldrop frantically into the front court. Pulls his way out of it. Vestal penetrates. Cottrell's there again. No call. Bradley gets his own rebound, lays it in. So 3-point advantage for the Jackets. Cottrell into the front court. 13 straight points by the senior to the corner to McClure, the freshman. He penetrates off the backboard. Bradley's got it. And now Zeke will bring it up. He punches ahead to Waldrop. Inside, stolen by Cottrell. Parker. And now be careful not to foul out, Seth. Cottrell with numbers his way. Goes all the way to the hole and lays it. Oh, and it almost rolled for him, but didn't. But the foul will be on Bradley, and Josh Cottrell will go back to the free throw line at the 2:03 mark with a chance to score his 14th and 15th straight.
Where all this started, right there at that free throw line. He was struggling, saw 3 of them go through the net, and it's been all Mr. Cottrell since then.
And he missed one.
Wow.
So he really is feeling the effects of something.
You remember a minute ago I said we could look up and he'd have 20 points? Well, he's got 20.
Not surprising.
21.
So the Jackets, not coincidentally, have a 4-point lead now with Cottrell's 20. He is their main point scorer, and obviously he scores them in bunches, as great scorers do. This was a similar thing that happened at the Hive over in Hayesville. He scored 15 straight, all on threes. And you see what kind of capabilities he have. He's an exceptional young man in terms of basketball ability.
The thing I'm most impressed of him is right now his speed, the way he's handling the basketball, and his cuts. They're the same as when we started this basketball game. He's shown no signs of fatigue whatsoever.
And he's not been out of the game.
He's not been out of the game. And he runs off screens. He handles the ball. He does it all, and he's a good player.
He doesn't hide on defense either. He plays defense.
He's a good player.
And he is that.
Western will have him a jewel with him.
Hey, they do. I hope they give him a chance.
Amen.
So to set the stage now, it will be Maroon Devil basketball.
Yep. Down 4. 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes to go. Yance will trigger it in. They're going to let it come in and then try to trap it. That's cross court to Vestal. Pull up 3.
Hey, drains it.
Was it a 3? Nobody signaled.
It's going to be a 2.
It's a 2. Nobody signaled 3 out of that. So 2-point lead for the Jackets now. They have trailed all this ball game until midway through the 4th when Josh Cottrell put them on his back. Does so again. And there's McClure with a double dribble, but not called as he gets the rebound. And there's that guy in the corner.
There's the youngster.
And he misses it. Yance rips it down. Bradley lays it home. Great pass. Here comes Cottrell back the other way. Tied at 60. He blows by Bradley and lays that in against 3 Maroon Devils, and it should have been a basket anyway as we slapped the backboard, but it went
high off the glass.
And Krieger almost gets a steal over there. 62-61, 12 as we roll to what could be a dramatic finish in this one. Parker trying to work inside. Waldrop comes off of that, gets it. Now Bradley works, is poked, and it goes out of bounds. Bradley will kick it in again. He finds Vestal. Vestal spots up for a 3, misses it. Rebound by Krieger. Krieger finds his way to get it to Cottrell, who walks it up now with 1 minute remaining. Jackets up by 2.
Here comes the trap from Seth.
And they hand it off to McClure. Seth pokes
off his foot.
Get it? He does. Parker lays it in. Tied up now, 62 all. We're at 46 and counting. Cottrell walks it up. Cool as a cucumber, this guy is. He works his way past Parker to the corner to McClure. Back up top to the other McClure. Timeout. Jackets, 62 all. That timeout was probably to give Josh Cottrell a breather. I think he's gassed.
He's gassed. But I'll tell you, this trap look here by Seth, we saw it earlier in the fourth quarter. It's forcing him to give the basketball up.
Yeah,
it's not just letting him keep it in his hands. That's right.
I think that's the whole point of that, is to run 2 and get it out of his hands at that point and make somebody else make plays. It's been very effective thus far. Of course, the danger at this point, Seth, 4 fouls.
Yes, that's right.
And got the big steal there, took it all the way, laid it in to tie things up. Just a phenomenal night. We're seeing 3 seniors really put on a show out here tonight, and 1 junior who's going to be back next year, fortunately for our Maroon Devils, in Zeke. But, Briar and Seth, they've had tremendous basketball games tonight.
Yes, they have.
And Josh Cottrell has been every bit as good as advertised. You hit the nail on the head that he could very well go whole ball game with 8 points. The next thing you know, you look up, he's got 20. Well, you call that one, partner. He is that.
I'll take it back.
Well, 35 seconds left. You're on the road with 7 players. I think they're going to work this thing down to a last shot and let the Conference Player of the Year win it or go to overtime. And that one comes in. They get it back to him. And Parker's going to work on him over here. He kicks it over, and they're going to play back and forth, hot potato. It's down to 23. Cottrell fakes his way inside, goes cross-court right to Zeke Bradley. Zeke goes ahead to Parker, and Parker lays it in. 15 seconds left. And Yacht's got a finger on that one off of Cottrell. Swain basketball.
Wow.
11.9. They may have stolen a win off a gutsy performance here tonight. That ball was tipped and then hit Josh Cottrell on the hand, and it will be Swain basketball. Timeout, Maroon Devils. 11.9 remaining in this one.
Unbelievable.
What a game.
And with that assist from Zeke to Seth, triple-double land for Zeke tonight.
Man, what
he has about 18 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists.
I'm so glad we don't have to pick a player of the game.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 8, 19.
Wow. And now they've got the lead. The only thing they have to do is make free throws because they're going to get fouled at this juncture. It's 11.9, Maroon Devils 2-point lead. You'd love to see it get to 3 so that it's at least every time Cottrell hits something.
Absolutely.
Essentially, he's in range anywhere on the court, so you got to be careful. You almost want to double team him and leave somebody open.
Shoot, put 3 of them on him if you have to.
So now the Maroon Devils have called time. They will inbound it. There's only 4 fouls for the Jackets, which works against them right here.
Big time.
So they will not shoot free throws. The Maroon Devils will have a chance to milk as much of this clock as is possible. Remember, Cottrell has 3 fouls, or is it 4?
3, I believe. 3. Zeke looks to get it in. Nobody's there. Oh, no.
Foul.
Yep, got the hold.
That's on Krieger for the hold.
But no time ran off.
The Jackets had the turnover they hoped for, but they didn't get it because of the foul, and now the Maroon Devils will look to kick it in again.
And they're doubling Briar, and that's a foul. There's Waldrop. Just hang on, Waldrop.
Cottrell has to foul him, and that'll be 4 on the senior. And still inbounding again. That's only the fifth.
And watch them double Briar. That's that's what they're trying to do here. And people are all over the floor. Just hold on, Waldrop.
Cottrell tried to draw a foul.
Oh, no, we missed it.
And
what in the world?
Ill-advised shot. Is that going to be the game? That is the game.
They're running off the floor. That's it. Maroon Devils win.
Devils have stunned the Jackets.
Holy cow.
64-62.
Wow.
Wow, what a turn of events here on senior night. Couldn't have come up much bigger for those seniors, Seth Parker and Briar Yachts. Huge games from the two of them.
Yes, sir.
And a big win for these Maroon Devils to keep their playoff hopes alive. And it's tough to see the Jackets lose that one. They played a heck of a ball game, and Josh Cottrell, man, he's a player.
I'll tell you what, that was just a great basketball game to watch, to call, to everything.
Everything about that was fantastic. Folks, we'll have another one tomorrow night.
I don't know if I can take it.
Kind of like a doubleheader.
We'll do it again
tomorrow.
That's
so come out tomorrow night and enjoy another one as the Tigers come to town. Rosamond, high-octane offense. They're going to score in bunches.
Yes.
But the Maroon Devils are going to have their work cut out for them again. Back-to-back nights, never easy to play on those for anybody. So the Maroon Devils will have a tough task at hand with the Tigers.
But they're at Murphy tonight, right?
They're at Murphy tonight. You're correct. So they have played too.
Two big trips.
So the best thing to do, folks, you're in the area, come out and check it out. Heck of a ball game. You'll enjoy it. I guarantee it.
Absolutely.
And if you're not in the area, tune in to the Maroon Devils Network. Jeff, Joe, and I will be here for all the action. Thanks for joining us tonight. Maroon Devils on the win, 64-62.